Whoop, there it is. We're back, y'all. Did I just say whoop, there it is? I guess so. Sometimes I don't even know how I'm going to start my own show. But whoop, there I am. We back in business. How is everybody doing out? All right. A whole lot of stuff going on in the world, y'all. It seems like they're setting the table for something big. I got more stuff on my list today than the last few weeks combined. So, yeah, man, lots of stuff to talk about. We got Trump's health. We got the convid back on the rise. We got new VAXX talk. We got troops being deployed. We got Space Force back in the news. We got The Rock is now skinny. You guys know that The Rock is as skinny as me now? Yeah. Whole lot of shit going on. We're going to get to as much of it as we possibly can. It's Truther Tuesday, y'all. Smash the like button right now. You are in the one place that is different from the rest. You guys know this program is unique. It's special. It is not like anything else out there in YouTube land or on the entire internet. And today will be no exception. So I'm going to need you guys to kick me off right, smack the thumbs up. We're going to be having a fun discussion tonight about all sorts of fun and wonderful shit going on in the world. Where else would you rather be on a Tuesday night than right here with the funniest comedian slash truther that there ever was in the history of the world? Your boy, the one and only Jake the Awake. You guys ready to get it on like a big fat donkey schlong? Because I am. All right. Man, so much to on the table tonight. I don't know where to start. Should we start with Trump's health? Should we start with the convid cases rising? Should we start with the troops being deployed? Space Force? The Rock being skinny? Where do we want to even start? And there's probably some more stuff I could mix in. Here, let me go ahead and cut out the flashing lights. There we go. So also, California back on fire again. Wildfires are back. So there's that. And then to top it off, I was awakened by the power going out. There was this weird thunderstorm, rogue thunderstorm that came through this morning, knocked out the power, shook the building. I went outside and it was like a thunderstorm going on in the middle of, like, not the middle of summer, but the end of summer. And where I live, there ain't no thunderstorms during the summer. That's fucking rare as shit. So we basically got hit with a like Burning Man type storm where I live, and there's branches down all over the neighborhood. So there's tree branches like everywhere, like just down. So we got hit with like these huge 100-mile gusts of wind out of nowhere. It's crazy. Now, you guys in the Midwest and in the South, you're like, that happens all the time. Yeah, but here it doesn't. Here, during the summer, it's hot as fuck, and it doesn't ever rain, and it's just a hot as fuck 100-degree day, and nothing out of the ordinary happens. But today, this thunderstorm rolled through, huge gusts of wind, knocked down all these branches, and then it went away. Now it's back to being all sunny and hot. So now it was hot and fucking humid. It was really strange. So weird day today. Anyone who lives in the Valley of California, you might have experienced what I did. So yeah, when I opened the door to see outside, and it was like, I'm like, holy fuck, this is it. This is the big thing. It's the end of the world. So for like 30 seconds, I was like, oh my God, this is unexpected weather event that knocks out the power, and nobody even told us it was coming. So now we're getting hit with fucking hurricanes and monsoons and shit here in California. And then like 30 minutes later, it was done. So anyway, weird start to my day, but here we are. Yeah. So the Burning Man storm, right? It just rolled through like ripped everything apart, rained, and then back to hot again. And so I'm wondering if like they have the technology now where they can take a hot summer day and just be like, bam, thunderstorm, sandstorm, fucking gust of wind, and then turn it right back to normal. So I'm wondering if they're perfecting their weather manipulation and testing it out on us, the public, because I've lived in California, like my whole life and been through many a summers here. And in the valley, it's very, very predictable, hot as fuck, all the way until fucking like November. Like it doesn't even cool off until October. So the entire month of September is usually exactly like August and exactly like fucking July. It's as hot as balls, like every fucking day, and there's no chance of rain. And you're lucky if there's any clouds or chemtrails to fucking block the sun a little bit, right? But today, rogue thunderstorm, branches down, power out. Very different than usual. Anyway, I'm gonna get on with the show. All right. So I noticed like yesterday, maybe day before, maybe 2 days ago, the story from all the right-wing channels, all the big name right-wing channels that have millions of subs and have an influence over the right-wing audience, almost all of them at the exact same time started tripping out about Trump's health. And they were talking about his fucking ankles and a bruise on his wrist. It was like all these right-winger channels got the same script at the exact same time. So check it out. I'm just going to show you. If I just type in Trump health issues, this shit just sprung up over the last like 48 hours. But it started with me seeing all these like right-winger channels. You see what I'm saying? Trump health issue decline. See? Midas touch, like channels like this. They have like 5 million subs. Fox News totally loses it on air over Trump health crisis. And so I kept seeing all these channels reporting on Trump's health, and it started making me think that they're planting the seeds and setting the table. We might see Trump's scripted death go down before he leaves office. So if you were going to have Trump scripted die, you might start planting the seeds early so that people like see it coming and are looking and are actively watching it. So I'm wondering if by chance they're going to have a big grandiose scripted death for Trump and possibly have him die of the COVIDs. Huh? Imagine Trump dies of the COVIDs, and then they can convince all the MAGAs that shit is totally real and deadly. And they could make all the left-winger, all the hardcore lefties happy that Trump's gone and dead. So they would be like pleased that Trump died of the COVIDs. Imagine that story. Now, it's just me making shit up. We're just having fun here. I'm a comedian. I'm just saying imagine. Just imagine a comedic scenario where Trump dies of the COVIDs. Imagine what his supporters are going to have to do and say then. Because we all know MAGAs, they have to support and follow whatever their orange jab daddy says, right? And they forgot all about that time when he promoted the jab, or they give him a pass. They either forget that he promoted the jab in the past, or they just give him a pass, right? So what are the MAGAs going to do if their orange jab daddy dies of the COVIDs? Just wondering. Just a comedy show. We're just having fun. Here's my thing. He's the most popular man in the world right now. Most popular character. I believe Trump is being played by doppelgangers and AI and CGI. So it ain't just one guy. I don't believe for a second it's just one dude. So the Trump character, we'll say, is the most popular person, thing in the world, in my opinion. Should be your opinion. Why wouldn't they execute an opportunity to have a big, grandiose, scripted death? I mean, if he leaves office and then the next liberal takes over, well, then he's like going to fade away from being the most popular person in the world, right? So imagine if Trump, after this 3 years go by, he is no longer president, and then we get some liberal or whoever in there, and then the Trump news starts to dissipate. Well, then it'll be like an opportunity that the script writers missed out on to capitalize on making his death a big, gigantic thing. So it seems to me, if he's the most popular guy in the world, and he will be for the next 3 years, at some point, that dude's going to die of something. And if they don't do that, it'll be like they missed a gigantic opportunity, right? So from a script writing point of view, I feel like at some point, Trump's going to die, and it's going to be this huge, sad, depressing thing for the MAGAs. But then the lefties are going to be like, yeah, but they won't be able to publicly celebrate too much. So they'll have to be like, yeah, I'm really upset that Trump died. Right? Now, how many people have you heard suggest that as a possibility? Am I like the only guy who's mentioned that as a possibility? Name another dude who said that what I just said. Oh, Jake, lots of people think that. Now, I'll bet you can't find a single other fucking person who just brought up what I just brought up. The way I just done brought it up. So, all these right-wing channels at the exact same time started worrying about Trump's health. It wasn't like 6 months ago one of these motherfuckers was worried. No. Now they all within the last 48 hours talking about Trump's health, right?
Hosts were having a total panic on air as Donald Trump's been called out for his declining cognitive abilities and his rapidly accelerating, diminishing health.
No, see, what it is they have doppelganger Trumps and fucking CGI AI Trumps that are looking weird and not making sense. And if you take a few minutes to just listen to anything coming out of the Trump character's mouth, it's absolutely nothing but retarded ridiculousness. There is not a single thing coming out of Trump's mouth in the last 48 hours that makes any fucking real sense that anybody can get behind and go, oh yeah, totally. He's totally on point with that. Everything that's come out of his mouth in the last 48 hours is ridiculous retardism. And we're going to watch it. I'll show you what's coming out of Trump's mouth. Literally everything from Space Force to the tariffs are working and the country's in great shape, to he hasn't heard anything about people talking about him dying, when literally like it's all over the internet, and he's going to act like he hasn't heard anything about that, like nobody came and said anything to him. So all sorts of shit going down with Trump that proves that he's not the same dude, and it's AI and CGI Trumps and shit that they're using. But they're going to cover that up by saying he's got declining cognitive abilities. See? Oh, he's getting old and his abilities are declining. No. You're not going to trick me with that shit. It's a motherfucking AI Trump in most circumstances that we're seeing. We're seeing his mouth say shit that doesn't quite add up or make sense. Nobody's sitting there going, hey, wait a minute. That's not the same Trump as 4 or 5 years ago. What the fuck is this? Right? Very few guys pointing out AI and CGI Trump. So I think since I done pointed it out and I'm still talking about it, they're going to have to get rid of that motherfucker real soon. So basically, you guys, me talking about it is the catalyst for them getting rid of that motherfucker. More people figuring out that something's wrong. He don't seem like the same Trump no more. Whoop! Got to get rid of him now. So I think the plot is they're setting the table for the scripted Trump death. And it is a comedy show. I'm just making shit up for entertainment purposes only.
Lots of people have been speculating that Trump has some serious cardiovascular and or kidney and or liver issues, and you can see the discoloration in his hand. It looks like Queen Elizabeth, frankly, looked before she passed, the way her hand looked. Donald Trump's ankles are as cankily swollen as can be.
Donald Trump's ankles are as cankily swollen as can be. As if this motherfucker went and personally inspected Trump's ankles. So you get a picture of the motherfucker's ankles, right? You never get to see in live time Trump's ankles and shit, but they give you a picture of his ankles, and they'll have motherfuckers talking about his heart condition because of a picture that they saw on TV of his fucking ankles. You see what I'm saying? A picture of a fucking bruise, and people gonna act like they know what's going on inside the man's body. It's fucking ridiculous, y'all. His cankle ass ankle fankles. And this motherfucker has 5 million subs. Right? This is like who hardcore right-wingers listen to and shit, or these fucking turd bags who all have the same script. Keith Edwards, 742,000 fucking views. Trump's health. Real doctor examines Trump's current health. Trump caught in fake health cover-up. What's going on with Trump's health?
I predict Trump is going to have some type of collapse within the next 12 months at the current trajectory. I'm not saying he's going to collapse. I'm saying if he doesn't take his foot off the gas pedal, I guarantee you, and I've got stamina, way better than most people. If I had Trump's job at 51 for a month, I would have a nervous breakdown.
You guys, Trump is tired, he is overworked, and now there is plenty of talk around Trump's health, from the strange bruising on the back of his hand to the now chronically swollen ankles. But don't worry, America, Vice President JD Vance is ready and able to step up if and when he should have to.
So there you go, folks. Alex Jones is predicting that the man is basically going to die, but he's predicting that he's really going to die due to the stress of being president. He's not suggesting that they're going to have him scripted die. He's not even talking about the fact that he's been replaced by doppelgangers and AI and CGI. And that's because Alex Jones has also been replaced. So we're talking about a replaced Alex Jones who refuses to acknowledge that Trump has also been replaced. Now, this might sound crazy, but only if you are not paying attention and you are a brainwashed motherfucking idiot. If you are an intelligent man like Jake the Awake, then you can see through all this shit, and it's plain as day. Sometimes I'm just too damn good, y'all. It's like sometimes I'm like, dude, do you guys even deserve this level of brilliance? Does this world even deserve what I'm giving you? Well, whether you deserve it or not, I'm going to fucking give it to you. Lucky you guys. Lucky you guys. You get me to break this shit down. And you know what's going to happen if Trump does die while he's in office? You know what I might do? I might puke. Think I might cry. I'm going to cry tears of a baby clown. if I was to lose my beloved orange jab daddy. Now, I think he's under a tremendous amount of stress, so he might be dropping dead any moment, folks. You might see Trump drop dead, but it's going to be because of stress. Stress to his friggin' heart because of this goddamn friggin' deep state and these globalists. I've been telling you. I feel like I'm going to puke. I might puke at any moment. Here it comes. Swear I'm about to puke any second. Holy shit, I think Holden's coming in with the first super chat of the night. Says, Midas touch is left, buddy. Please do. That shows you how much I pay attention. I don't know which ones are left and which ones are right because I don't fucking pay attention. But they're all saying the same shit at the same time. So I'm noticing all the political channels that their whole channel is based on either the left or the right. They're all running with the Trump health shit at the exact same time. Right? None of them are like, oh, this is just some fucking scripted bullshit. And Trump's totally fucking AI. And people are too stupid to notice, right? People are too dumb to fucking notice they're getting duped by a AI CGI Trump. I don't see any of these motherfuckers saying that. So they're either taking the left or the right side, and then they're pushing this health fucking thing at the exact same time. So within the last 48 hours is when they all started pumping this shit. That's all I'm saying. So if I claim that the Midas Touch guy is a right-wing channel and he's a left-wing, it's because I don't fucking watch any of these losers. I know that they're righty or lefty-wing channels. I just don't fucking pay any attention to them because they're all shills and they're pushing the right versus left agenda. What? Yes, what's up? No, it's not.
Sure? Because Office 11, we gotta be 100% certain. Sorry to bug you.
Yeah, I'm in the middle of a stream, but
you have stream right now.
but it's the only time it just drips a tiny bit out of the air conditioner,
No,
but it's not it's not coming out of the roof. So so the only time it drips is a little tiny bit out of the air conditioner.
Because what Vlad's office, he's got a waterfall out of the air conditioner.
Oh fuck.
That's why our first suspicion is the problem is here.
Well, as you can see,
Скажи, он стрим когда закончится?
When's your stream over?
in a couple hours. I just started.
Ну ничего страшного.
All right, he'll be back in a couple hours.
Okay. Come on. Come on.
Leaking everywhere.
Come on. Hey.
Ну что я могу сделать, блин? Что это? Саша?
Sorry, guys. The owner of the building was asking if the my ceiling was leaking because an office right next to mine has a big leak apparently. So sorry about that. Yeah, we had the crazy thunderstorm roll through, and then we've been having AC units like somehow like leaking water and shit. So sorry about the hold up there, guys. And I think I had a super chat go by that I missed. So let me go ahead and catch up on the super chat that I missed, and we'll get the show back on tracks. Okay. Yes, guys, I do rent an office, and sometimes shit goes wrong. I don't have any control over it. I'm just trying to run my fucking stream, right? All right. Prosperous 888 Deja Vu says, is it Democrats' time to rise? I've predicted already, and I'm going to predict again. The next president almost guaranteed to be liberal. Almost a fucking guarantee. And I think I got an idea who it's going to be. And I'm going to tell you, but you got to keep watching. If you want to know who the next president might be, can't say for sure, but I'm going to say might. I've got two options, and there's a strong chance I'm going to fucking get it right. And I'm going to be able to tell everybody who the next president is before anyone else. So thank you very much for the super chats, getting us started today with some super chat love. And I missed a few other ones, it looks like. My bad. Let me go back and get it. Oh, I read that one. My bad. This is the one I missed. It said, do you think Goatus can ever evolve or is he stuck? Goatus is a wanted fugitive. Goatus is a wanted criminal and he's hiding out in some fucking third world country and he won't go live. He won't reveal his location. And so I think the authorities know where he is, but if he's in a third world country that they don't have an extradition treaty with, they can't exactly just send US agents to go fucking round him up, right? So I believe that he's just hiding out. And so whenever he goes outside, he like crouches down and he shoots his nature videos with like a bush behind him so that nobody can figure out where he's at. He's literally a wanted fucking fugitive holding up in some third world country right now. I got sick of fucking pointing it out because I've been saying it for like years now that he's a wanted fucking fugitive. But yeah, apparently if you're an internationally wanted fugitive and you're holding up out somewhere in the fucking middle of nowhere, the government can't really get to you. And so he still uploads on YouTube, but he won't go live because if he goes live, then they'll be able to figure out exactly where he's at. So he's doing his best to hide his location, but still upload content. It's very strange. It's almost like YouTube helps the dude out as well. All right, let me get to all these super chats coming in. And then we got one from Miss Anthropic, longtime subscriber and mod for my channel. She says, was The Rock replaced? Absolutely. A long time ago. In fact, The Rock, if we go back and look at 1999 Rock, and then look at 2010 Rock, and then look at 2024 Rock, and then look at Rock right now, there's been a lot of different Rocks. It ain't been the same dude for a long, like the original Rock before he went to Hollywood. We'll take a look at him and his body. That's an entirely different man than who they're presenting as The Rock right now. So yes, 100% The Rock has been replaced multiple times. That's why his body has changed so much from semi-buff to, oh my God, crazy roid-ass buff to now he's like the size of me. That doesn't make any fucking sense. So they're going to get people to think it's all just roids and aging. Oh, no. That's definitely not the same Rocky Maivia that we started with. So I'm going to get to that later. That's actually on my list of topics. I wanted to get through the Trump health shit first, and then we'll get to that. All right. I think I'm caught up now. Just about caught up on super chats. Right after this one. So Brandon Stone says, your puppy must have thought you said Jew. All right. I think now we're about caught up. No, Rocky comes in with a super chat, says, I have not been replaced. Yeah, neither have I. Sometimes people joke around and they say, oh, Jake's been replaced. But I don't like when people joke around and say that I've been replaced, because then it's like it's making a mockery of all the people who I say have been replaced, who actually have been replaced. So I don't want anyone to think that what I'm doing here is just joking around or making a fucking mockery. I really do believe that The Rock has been replaced. I believe Dave Chappelle got replaced. Eminem got replaced. Joe Biden and Trump got replaced. I mean, and I've shown instances to back up why I think that. I've shown evidence to back up my beliefs. So it's one of those things I can't prove beyond a shadow of a doubt, but it appears to me that the original characters, the original men who played these characters, they get replaced along the way. And I'm one of the people who notices it, actually points it out. Thank you, Rocky, and everybody else for your super chats. I think I caught up on all of them. We can get the show back on track here. Oh, no, I got a few that just came in. A couple questions from N1 Ballers. So there are no other planets. Outer space is fake. Yes, bro. Yes, of course. The moon landing was fake. The space station is fake. It's very obvious that it's fake. Mars rovers, fake. So where's this real space besides in your head, bro? There's no examples of outer space being real. You've never left the planet's surface and saw the Earth as a ball. Are you going to trust the government agents who claim that they have? Because that's all you got. Government agents who claim that they've seen the Earth as a ball from space. People who work for the government are the only ones who can say that they've seen the Earth as an actual ball. You've never seen it like that, and you never will see it like that. So do you really want to trust the government? The same government that lied about the moon landing and the fucking space station? So just the moon landing and space station should tell you, these motherfuckers lie about space travel. There is no place to go in space. That's why they're lying about it. It's because it's not fucking real, man. So when you see stars, I'm not telling you those are fake. They're twinkly dots. You see a twinkly dot and I see a twinkly dot. The story is that those twinkly dots are the same as our sun, and they're hundreds of millions of miles away and light years away and shit. So they get you to believe the sun is a burning ball of gas 93 million miles away, and that the stars are also burning balls of gas even farther away, when in reality, you don't know what the sun is. And I don't know what it is. And it ain't fucking 93 million miles away. And it ain't a burning ball of gas. And them twinkly fucking stars aren't the same as the sun. And they definitely aren't burning balls of gas either. So, bro, just use your fucking eyes and look at the sun and then ask yourself, does it really look like a burning ball of gas 93 million miles away that just so happens to be the exact same size as the moon? They want you to believe the sun and the moon appear to be the exact same size by a stroke of fucking cosmic luck. They say that the moon's a gray rock and it's small and it's only 238,000 miles away, but the sun is a big fucking gigantic burning ball of gas 93 million miles away, and they just so happen to look like they're the same size out of pure luck. Now, I'm telling you, the sun and the moon appear to be the same size because they are the fucking same size. They're small when they're right above your head, and then when they're on the horizon, they get bigger. Both of them. The sun gets bigger at the horizon, and the moon gets bigger. You see the big gnarly fucking moon and the big gnarly orange sun on the just as it's going into the horizon. That's when you see the big sun. You never see the big gnarly moon straight above your head. You never see the big gnarly sun straight above your head. You only see it just before it's going to set, right? So, use your fucking senses, man. You can answer these fucking questions yourself. Shit has been talked about back in 2015 by me. 2016 by me. Go back and watch my old shit. That's how I started the channel, was by talking about outer space being fake. And thanks for asking the question, though. If there's still people out there wondering these basic questions. Is outer space really fake, Jake? Yeah, that's why I told you it was fake 10 years ago. Over and over again. I even wrote a song called Scott Kelly is a Fucking Liar. There are no astronauts in space, and NASA never went to the moon. All right. There you go. All right. Hillbilly Hank says, I can beat the odds in Vegas, Jason. Let me tell you what, brother. I drank some bourbon whiskey in my coffee, and I got a little pep in my step today. We are developing software that literally proves that we live in a simulation, and this is some mind-blowing stuff. We're still trying to figure out all the ins and outs, of how to extrapolate as much money from Las Vegas as humanly possible. But once we figure it out, we are literally going to be making 6 figures a day. Now, those of you who want in on this, I will sell you a thumb drive for $500, and it's going to include this powerful algorithm. It's going to prove to you that we do live in a simulation, and you are going to be able to make unlimited money baiting Las Vegas while you prove to everyone that we are simultaneously living in a simulation amongst the simulators, brother. There you go. Ching ching, walla walla, bang bang. We got one last super chat, and then we can get back to the show. Whole string of super chats came in. Replacement skylights with a super sticker. Thank you, brother. Fist bump for the super sticker. No message attached. Super sticker is super appreciated nonetheless. All right, y'all.
So just to give you all a very quick rundown of how we got to this point, Trump's health was called into question when people started noticing bruising on the back of his hand. The bruising was sometimes covered up very badly to the point that it was almost even more noticeable with makeup. But White House officials explained the bruising away, saying that that's just what happens when you shake as many hands as Donald Trump has to shake as.
Look, guys, so you have some brown makeup on a hand that you don't even know is Trump's. And then you can claim, look, he's got health issues. Or you can claim, nuh-uh, he shakes so many hands. He's such a wonderful guy, and he shakes so many hands that it's just bruising because he's just such a handshaker. Look, Trump's using makeup to cover up his health issues. Nuh-uh. It's because he's out there shaking so many hands and kissing so many babies that it just bruised his hand because he's out there just being such a wonderful guy, shaking so many hands and all. What a fucking ridiculous narrative. Imagine you show a fucking brown hand on TV. It doesn't even have to be Trump's hand. Just show a fucking brown hand and people are going to be like, oh my God, I have concerns over Trump's health. Replacement skylights of fisting accident. Yeah, man. Just show the world some brown hand and let their imagination run wild, right? Meanwhile, I'm the crazy fuck who tells you that that's just some random hand with some brown makeup. Might not even be Trump's hand. Yeah, I'm the crazy conspiracy cuckoo guy. Don't listen to me. I tell you that might not actually be Trump's hand. That they're letting people's imagination run wild. It's because I'm such a crazy conspiracy cuckoo that I think that.
The president. So actual doctors, however, said that that type of bruising is typical of people who are on blood thinners. Then people started noticing his very swollen ankles, which as far as we know is not a symptom of excessive handshaking. And finally, after all of that, we got a diagnosis. The president has chronic venous insufficiency, which means that his veins are struggling to pump blood back up to his heart.
Of course, that's what he has. She knows that he has that just by looking at his fucking hand. If you look at a picture of someone's hand, then you know that their body is struggling to pump blood, for sure. That's how you know. Right?
So on top of all of that, we saw after Trump's Alaska summit with Vladimir Putin that he couldn't walk in a straight line. Take a look.
Striking to me, Scott, that you have this setup here. The sign says Alaska.
What you have here is you have clear evidence that Trump, his life is in danger, and I don't think he's going to make it much longer. I have seen, while I was in prison, other men's hands with some brownness on it, and some of those guys, they died while they were in prison. So This may definitely be an indicator that his health is in serious decline. Now, one of the ways that we can fight back is if you buy my thumb drive that's got some information on there. It's going to prove to you that we're in a simulation. So perhaps this simulation is simulating the health decline of Trump, and it's putting a simulated brown spot on his hand.
2025, there's a blue platform for the leaders to stand on, which aides were vigorously vacuuming in the hour leading up to this meeting. But then flanking the stage are F-22 jets.
Which one is more rigged, NFL or Powerball? Well, the NFL is a 3-hour game, and they have to play so many games. So just the sheer amount of dudes on the field doing ridiculous shit, you got to say the NFL. Whereas Powerball is just like, okay, we have all their money. Now let's fucking serve up the numbers that we know nobody picked, right? So Powerball is just like, okay, we've got everyone's money. Now we just find a number that nobody picked, and then we tell them that that's the number. And then when we're ready to have somebody win, we'll fucking have one of our plants win. So they just have somebody connected back to the operation win. That's why you hear about all these stories about people who win the lottery somehow like go broke, blow all their money. Same reason you hear about the NFL players, former NFL players who go broke, guys who made tens of millions of dollars go broke, people who win the lottery go broke. It's like, how the fuck does that happen? Nah, it's because the money ain't real. So they're both rigged and fixed, right? But being that the NFL has to put on all them games and have all them dudes in tights go out there and play the pretend game of grab ass, and they got to do a bunch of ridiculous shit, like throw the ball to the other team on purpose and drop the ball on the ground on purpose and do all this stupid shit. Like it really, truly, it's the most phony fucking professional sport of all.
F-22 jets, noses pointed in toward where the two leaders will be standing. Right. It's got to be somewhat unpleasant for Vladimir Putin, at least, to stand underneath that display of American firepower.
All right, then things took an interesting turn when Trump said that one of the big reasons why he wants to work with Putin to end the invasion of Ukraine is because he wants to get himself into heaven.
I just want to end it. I want to end it. We're not losing American lives. We're not losing American soldiers. We're losing.
Wants to get himself into heaven. Remember, they might script this dude to die any day, any time during this term. Seems to me they're planting the seeds pretty hardcore.
Russian and Ukrainian, mostly soldiers. Some people, as missiles hit wrong spots or get lobbed into cities like Kiev and towns. But, if I can save 7,000 people a week from being killed, I think that's I want to try and get to heaven if possible. I'm hearing I'm not doing well.
Stuff like that. That sounds like AI fucking Trump voice. And listen to the way like the sentence like stops and then he mumbles some shit.
But, if I can save 7,000 people a week from being killed, I think that's I want to try and get to heaven.
If I can save 7,000 people a week from being killed. What was that?
7,000 people a week from being killed. I think that's I want to try.
I think that's and then he just stops.
Save 7,000 people a week from being killed. I think that's I want to try and get to heaven if possible.
I think that's I want to try and get to heaven if possible. If I can save 7,000 people a week, I think that's I want to get to heaven if possible. Does anyone ever fucking sit and just listen to what's coming out of his mouth? Am I the only one that actually listens? I swear I'm like the only one that like replays it. Like, did you hear that? Let's replay that. Did you guys catch that? Let's replay that. I think I'm the only one. Everyone else just hears him talk and they go, he's getting old and his cognitive abilities are going out. And I'm like, dude, that don't even sound like a fucking human. That just sounds like some AI shit, fractured sentence fragments that don't fucking correlate. Am I the only one that really listens? I think I am. I think I'm the only fucking dude left in the world that actually listens to what Trump is saying.
I'm hearing I'm not doing well. I hear I'm really at the bottom of the totem pole. But if I can get to heaven, this will be one of the reasons.
If I can get to heaven, this would be one of the reasons. If I can save 7,000 people, then that means I can get to heaven. So if I can maybe save 7,000, maybe I can and then heaven. I want to go to heaven, so therefore I got to save people so I can And people are like, yes, that sounds like Trump to me. That's the same Trump it's always been, except his mental cognitive abilities seem to be in slight decline due to that brown spot on his hand. Fucking weirdos, dude. What the fuck? It's kind of the brown spot on his hand and his cognitive abilities that he's talking like that. Yeah, it couldn't be because that's an AI fucking Trump voice, right? Let me tell you something, people. I have seen this man go through character changes, and it has changed the way that I do my own Trump impression. Similar to the way that I had to change my Alex Jones impression. So if my impression drastically changes, and now I got to start saying that I in the middle of my sentences in order to truly replicate what Trump is 7,000 people so I can get to heaven. That's right. That's what I'm going to start doing. I'm going to do this new version of Trump where I just get to heaven and I'll just change what I'm talking about at any so that I can get to heaven. Is that that's acceptable now? So in the last, I don't know, 6 months or whatever, we saw Trump be best buddies with Elon Musk, start saying fuck, and his mouth not match his words, just rambling fucking Joe Biden type speeches. Is anybody really paying attention? How does he have any MAGAs left worshiping him? I don't think the MAGAs even listen to him. I'm convinced that the MAGAs don't even watch any of the interviews. Because if they do, they should be like, holy fuck. Trump doesn't seem right anymore, right? So the MAGAs should be freaking out that Trump don't seem like the same dude he was last time. The last time he was president. Seems like a whole other... They should be flipping out. But they aren't. They're just talking about how they see a brown spot on his hand, so they're concerned about his health. Fuck. What about the fact his ear looks fine after being hit with the rifle bullet? Hey, I did a 3-hour breakdown of that event. So you're preaching to the choir, buddy. The fact that he took the time to pose while the crowd didn't disperse and chanted USA, USA. Because that's what happens when bullets are whizzing around. You dramatically pose while everyone chants USA. But, hey, they forgot about that. Most people forgot about that. People's memories are extremely short these days. Virtually, they don't even have a memory. It's like people don't have a memory anymore, right? Hey, remember when he promoted the jab and then, that whole getting shot in the ear thing? Yeah, what was up with that? You must have voted for Kamala. You're right. I only said that because I voted for Kamala. The only reason I don't like Trump is because I voted for Kamala. It's the only thing I have against him is that I voted for Kamala. You got me. All right. Let's get to his interview that he had today. We'll actually listen to some of the shit coming out of his mouth today. Or yesterday. Early today. Whenever the fuck it was. Let's listen to some of this shit coming out of the Trumpster's mouth, and then we'll move on to some other subjects. But we'll just play the interview where he talks about Space Force and other shit.
Mike, thank you very much. Doing great, Mike. Representatives Barry Moore, all great friends, Robert Adderholt, Gary Palmer, and Dale Strong. Thank you all very much, fellas. Appreciate it. In my first term, I created a thing called Space Force. So important. You know, we were losing the race in space very badly to China and to Russia. And now we're far and away #1 in space.
Okay, that's a fucking bold-faced lie. Outer space is fake. Outer space travel is fake. So therefore, everything he said is fucking bullshit. See? So magatards are still believing in fake space, and then when that drivel comes out of his mouth, they're going to be like, "Yeah, we love you, Orange Jab Daddy, because of Space Force," right? Is anybody even listening to any of the drivel coming out of this motherfucker's mouth?
And reestablish Space Com with a mission to protect American space assets and detect any threat to our homeland. We initially selected Huntsville for the Spacecom headquarters, yet those plans were wrongfully obstructed by the Biden administration.
They were wrongfully obstructed by the Biden administration. I was trying to get Space Force up and running so that we could be #1 in space, but then creepy Joe Biden, him and his deep state liberal Democrat commies, they got in my way and they stopped me from doing my Space Force dealie. So now we're going to do the Space Force dealie for you here today.
And as you know, they moved them to a different locale. And today we're moving forward with what we want to do.
So to me, it looks like they had Vance and these other dudes stand there for like 20 minutes. And then they have AI Trump superimposed over the top. Does anyone else see, like, it almost looks like these dudes aren't even like actually there. It's like they filmed these dudes just standing there for 20 minutes and then they superimposed Trump over the top. I can't say that that's how they did it for sure, but it kind of looks that way.
And the place that we want to have this, and this will be there for hopefully hundreds of years. That's where it's going to be.
Like this.
I will say I want to thank Colorado. The problem I have with Colorado, one of the big problems, they do mail-in voting. They went to all mail-in voting. So they have automatically crooked elections. And we can't have that. When a state is for mail-in voting, that means they want dishonest elections, because that's what that means. So that played a big factor also.
All right. So now I missed something that he said that was bullshit.
They went to all mail-in voting. So they have automatically crooked elections. And we can't have that. When a state is for mail-in voting, that means they want dishonest elections, because that's what.
Yeah. See, guys, mail-in voting is what creates dishonest elections. So when Donald Trump won the election the first time, that was totally honest. It was a 100% honest election. The Democrats actually tried to cheat, but they still lost. There was so much honesty and integrity involved. And then when he lost against Creepy Joe, that was a dishonest election. That one, the Democrats lied and cheated and stole it because they're total fucking bastard commies, right? But this last election against Kamala, it was honest and he won. And they tried to cheat, but he won anyway. See how that works? So the Democrats tried to cheat against Trump back in his first presidency, but he won. And the second time they were successful at cheating. Then the third time they weren't. See? That's how that works. Yes. When the liberals win, it's because they cheated. But when the conservatives win, it's because it was an honest election, ran with pure integrity. Totally.
That means. So that played a big factor also. In Huntsville, Spacecom will play a key role in building the Golden Dome, as you know. That's going to be a big thing. Everybody wants to be a participant in it. Missile Defense Shield, we're going to be having a Golden Dome that the likes of which nobody's ever seen before.
A Golden Dome? We're going to have a golden dome, the likes at which no one has ever seen before. Yeah, it's because we don't know what the fuck you're actually talking about. What do you mean, bro? Golden dome, right? Explain. Explain it in full detail. Where there's going to be a golden dome, the likes of which nobody has ever seen before. You want to know why you've never seen a golden dome like this before? It's because none have ever been built. So what we're going to do once I implement Trumptricity into all of your homes, and I have the whole world running on Trumptricity, we're going to build a golden dome around the entire earth. So it's going to be like we're always inside of a golden paradise. It's going to be like a gold heaven. It's going to be the likes of which I've never seen. Nobody creates gold heaven quite like I do. And you know who are going to make finance the entire thing with the tariffs? We're going to make China finance the entire gold dome construction.
The finest, the best. And by the way, Canada called. They want to be a part of it, and that'll be great.
Whoa! Did he just slip in Canada called and wanted to be a part of it?
The finest, the best. And by the way, Canada called. They want to be a part of it.
Canada called, you guys. They want to be a part of it. He's just going to slip that in there. How many MAGAs are going to call him out on some retarded shit like that? Canada called? The country? Or someone who represents Canada in the world of politics? Who the fuck called? Did they call you personally? Your personal number? Canada? Does anyone listen, or am I the only one? I think I'm the only one. Nobody else is talking about how fucking retarded that is, that he just said that. I'll bet you I'm the only channel who pointed that out.
He's ever seen before. The finest, the best. And by the way, Canada called. They want to be a part of it.
He's going to build a golden dome. Canada called. They want to be a part of it. So imagine if you're a MAGA. How can you listen to any of that and be like, this motherfucker's brilliant. I'm so glad I voted for this guy. Oh, this plan sounds awesome. Yeah, USA. Like, who can listen to this and be like, dude, we're in good hands. I knew when I trusted the plan that it was going to work out for us all.
And that'll be great. But Canada wants very much to be included in that. And then we're going to work something out with them, I hope. It will also ensure that our technological capabilities, of which we're way ahead of anybody else, there's nobody close, remain unmatched long into the future. So I'd like to ask Secretary Hegseth.
Unmatched. You hear that? Japan, China. Yeah, they don't have any technology like us. That's right. America, number one in technology. None of them other countries compare at all. Even though, you know, all of our electronic devices are like built over there in China, right?
To say a few words, he was very much a part of it. And really, everybody behind me was. Every one of these people would call me and lobby me. I said, Katie, I don't want to talk to you anymore. I know what you want.
Okay, his voice was sounding really fucking weird right there. And watch the way his mouth started getting weird.
Part of it. And really, everybody behind me was. Every one of these people would call me and lobby me.
They would lobby me, and I said, now I'm going to do this voice.
Katie, I don't want to talk to you anymore. I know.
I don't want to talk to you. I know what you want. What the fuck is that? What's he doing? Does that sound like regular Trump to you guys?
She said, "That's right, sir. That's what
she said. That's right, sir.
To talk to you anymore. I know what you want." She said, "That's right, sir."
Again, are any MAGAs going through this footage and really fucking listening to what is coming out of his mouth? Because if you go back and you listen sentence by sentence, word for word, it's the most retarded, ridiculous drivel that has ever come out of his mouth ever. This might be some of the most retarded shit he has ever fucking said. No MAGAs there to criticize him, right? Because that's their orange jab daddy. It's almost like nobody's even listening. Like I'm the only guy who's actually fucking paying attention. It's weird.
Right, what? And they got their way. So I just want to congratulate. These are really special people. They're politicians in many ways, but they're great patriots. I think even more so than politicians. So they fought very hard to get it, and it's an honor to give it.
Bro, if I wasn't sitting here breaking it down for you, then I wouldn't be doing this. So this is what I do. I break down this shit to keep myself sane and to make a living. This is what I do for a living. I do comedy truth. I'm doing it right now. So if I shut this off, then I won't be doing my job. So let me get back to doing my job. Otherwise, I would totally not be watching this.
To Huntsville. Pete, say a few words, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. As usual, right place, right time, for the right reason. In your first administration, you established the Space Force at a time when we knew we had to be looking to that domain of space. You also reestablished SpaceCom to ensure that priority was put in place. And
it's a very big deal. When you come out and when you leave the room, you'll see that we just, over the last few minutes, literally shot out a boat, a drug-carrying boat, a lot of drugs in that boat. And you'll be seeing that and you'll be reading about that. It just happened moments ago. And
so there's this boat. You guys are going to find out that we got a boat and there's a lot of drugs. Nobody's ever seen the amount of drugs in a boat. And you're going to be, we hear about, I want to go to heaven. Space Force in Alabama, quite frankly, nobody does it better than me. You're getting very sleepy. You're getting very tired.
our great general, head of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, who's been so incredible, including what took place in Iran, knocking out potential nuclear power for a long time to come. I think within a month they would have had it. We didn't do what we did. But he gave us a little bit of a briefing, and you'll see. And there's more where that came from. We have a lot of drugs pouring into our country, coming in for a long time. And we just, these came out of Venezuela and coming out very heavily from Venezuela. A lot of things are coming out of Venezuela.
I don't know if you know, but there's drugs coming into this country. There's been drugs coming into this country for a long time. Did you guys know there's a such thing as drugs? And there is a country, and there are drugs, of course, coming into the country. Now, we're doing what we can to stop these drugs. Venezuela, they've got drugs. They're sending them over. A lot of stuff coming out of Venezuelans are coming over from Venezuela. Whole lot of things from Venezuela right now that we're looking into with the drugs. Okay. Tell us more.
So, we took it out, and you'll get to see that after this meeting is over. Do you have any questions, please? Yeah, please.
Senator Cumberland talked about the cost savings
Yeah.
associated with this announcement. Can you talk about the strategic benefits by having Space Force Command headquartered in Huntsville?
Well, it just works because we have so much else there. And having a central, you could call it a central command, but it really is a command station. Also, even locationally, where it is, and when you think about flying distances, if you can save a half an hour as fast as some of these planes go and things go, and even the rockets go, if you can save by having the best location. So
the reason why we moved it from Colorado to Alabama is because location. There are places and then there are locations. And as you know, when you're flying in a plane over the top of places and locations, you want to get to where you want to go. And so we already had things in Alabama already in place. So we thought we would take the Space Force and stick it over in Alabama because of the location and the force and the space needed to create such a location in order for the force to be spaced out locally in a place designated for the Space Force to be in a place where it could be locationally observant for all of our observatories.
We went out, as you know, to experts, and we had 4 different groups of experts. They all said this was the best location.
Oh my God, you guys! We had a team of experts in there. They are experts in the field of determining locations are good or bad. And then they came and they did an analysis and they determined, these experts who we hired, they determined Alabama was a much better location than the former location. So we hired a team of fully qualified experts whose specialty is locations, of course. And we had them run a series of experiments and tests. And they concluded their data shows that moving locations, like, shut the fuck up, dude. None of this it makes any sense. He's just like, he's answering a question with absolutely no real answer. He's just doing basically what I did.
Some of these planes go and things go, and even the rockets go, if you can save by having the best location. So we went out, as you know, to experts. And
we went out, as you know, to experts. We went out, as you know, to experts.
We had 4 different groups come up.
And we had 4 different groups
of experts. They all
said
this was the best location.
And they all said it was the best. 4 groups of experts. All of them think that Alabama's the best.
I also loved it from the standpoint, I know the people of Alabama, they are great people, work hard.
And because he also likes people in Alabama. So fuck the people in Colorado and everywhere else. Fuck those assholes. Alabama people are where it's at. And he knows how good and hardworking Alabama people are. So that's how he knew that the experts, expert opinion and the people in Alabama, that's how you fucking know that is for sure the proper location for Space Force.
And there's no games, and they're very proud of it. And I would say they fought harder for it than anybody else also. A lot of states, 5 states.
They fought harder. The Alabamans fought hard for the Space Force location. They didn't fight, the Coloradans didn't fight hard enough as the Alabamans. You guys, the Alabamans are like really good, hardworking people who fought hard. And that's why they deserve Space Force. And also because the 4 groups of experts said that it was the best. This is what he's saying.
Really wanted it, but they wanted it more. And I kid you not when I say that these people, they spoke to me a lot. That's all they wanted to talk about. They didn't want to talk about the weather more. And I kid you not when I say that these people, they spoke to me a lot.
I kid you not when I tell you these people, they've spoke to me a lot. Spoke to me a lot. Spoke to me a lot. You know what they did? They spoke to me a lot. I kid you not. They spoke to me a lot. I kid you not. They spoke to me a lot. I don't know. Just everything about this version of Trump is nothing like the other Trump from 4 years ago. This is a fucking weirdo ass doppelganger AI CGI fucked up weirdo ass Trump, if I ever saw one. Trout fishing at Hood Park says experts. So that makes it okay to do whatever. Location. Wow. Ralphie cutest beagle. Yeah, brother. Like, it sticks out very obvious if you just listen to what he's saying sentence by sentence and then back it up. Like when he says something that doesn't fucking make sense, back it up, listen again, back it up, listen again. It's like, holy shit. He's saying the most retarded shit imaginable. And nobody's calling him out for it. Like if somebody was just to go sentence by sentence the way I am, like, this shit is absolutely the most retarded fucking drivel. Find me a MAGA who's willing to try and stick up for what's coming out of his mouth. Try and find somebody who's like, oh yeah, everything that he's talking about is really important. So glad I voted for that guy. He's kicking ass right now. But yep, there he is.
That's all they wanted to talk about. They didn't want to talk about the weather. They only wanted to talk about moving to this location, moving to Alabama, Huntsville in particular. So we're honored to do it. They really wanted it badly, and they got it. Peter?
So to recap, Trump, why did you want to move Space Force locations to Alabama? Because we like the location. May as well have just said that, right? You could have been like, we like Alabama. Next question. What was all that like fucking drivel that came out about experts and all the other stupid shit? Hardworking people that fought hard? Like what?
Something completely different, but about a big viral social media trend over the weekend. How did you find out over the weekend that you were dead?
Guys, how did Trump find out over the weekend that he was dead? Now let's see what Trump says.
You see that?
No.
People didn't see.
No reaction. Claims he didn't hear about people talking about him dying. Yeah, okay. Okay. Mr. No reaction has no idea people were talking about that. Sure. Meanwhile, everyone else reacts and thinks and snickers. So everyone scoffs and snickers except for the guy who they were talking about being dead. Okay.
For a couple days, 1.3 million user engagements as of Saturday morning about your demise.
Really?
You didn't see that?
You know, I have heard, it's sort of crazy, but last week I did numerous news conferences, all successful. They were.
You know, I have heard that last week I did numerous news You heard that you did news conferences that were successful? He asked about, did you hear about how you died? Then you say no. But then you say you have heard that you did news conferences that were successful. Again, is anyone listening to the fucking retarded drivel coming out of this AI Trump's mouth?
Went very well, like this is going very well.
And it went very well, like this is going very well. This is going so well. And his other news interviews also went well. It was like those other ones. Yes. Like this one.
And then I didn't do any for 2 days, and they said there must be something wrong with him. Biden.
Oh, wait, I thought you didn't hear about that. So you have heard about it, but you didn't hear about it. Which is it?
Wouldn't do him for months.
Biden wouldn't do him for months. Biden, he wouldn't do interviews for months. I don't do interviews for 2 days, and people start saying that I'm dead.
You wouldn't see him. And no.
So funny.
Nobody ever said there was ever anything wrong with him. And
nobody ever said that there was anything wrong with Creepy Joe. Creepy Joe would go months. Nobody would ever say anything. I go 48 hours and people start freaking out saying I'm dead. Yeah, I didn't hear about that. But obviously I just contradicted myself because obviously I did hear about it. That's why I'm talking about it.
We know he wasn't in the greatest of shape. No, I heard that. I get reports. Now, you knew I did an interview that lasted for about an hour and a half with somebody, and everybody saw that was on one of your competitors. I did numerous shows and also did a number of truths, long truths, I think pretty poignant truths. No, I was very active over the weekend. They also
did truths, but poignant truths. I do that. Nobody truths is better than I truths. I poignantly like the truths. I'm the most truth-worthy guy who ever truced this great nation.
Knew I went out to visit some people at the club that I own pretty nearby on the Potomac River.
I went to go visit some people out at the club that I own pretty nearby on the Potomac River. Tell us more.
And no, I've been very active actually over the weekend.
I've been very active.
Didn't hear that one. That's pretty serious.
I didn't hear that one, although I did hear that one. I did hear it, but I didn't hear it. I simultaneously did and did not hear about that. That's why I don't have an opinion, and I do.
So, well, it's fake news. You know, it's just so.
That's the fake news. You shouldn't listen to the fake news. You should only listen to the real news. One of the things that people who support Creepy Joe, they're busy watching the fake news. What you should do is you should be watching the real news. The real news, of course, are the networks that kiss my ass. The networks that licked my taint, those are the ones you should be listening to. Any of the news networks that are supporting the liberal narrative, that's the fake news. You shouldn't be listening to them. We hired a team of experts to tell us the difference between the real news and the fake news, and they told us that the liberal news is the fake news. And this is the expert opinion from the experts that we hired.
It's so fake. That's why the media has so little credibility. I knew they were saying, like, is he okay? How's he feeling? What's wrong? I said, I just left. And it's also sort of a longer weekend, it's Labor Day weekend. So
the media has such little credibility, and that's why I am on the media every single day. I'm talked about on the media every single day. I'm the most talked about person in the world. Here I am on the mainstream media talking about how the mainstream media isn't trustworthy. I'm basically the person talked about on mainstream media the most, and here I am talking on mainstream media, and I'm telling you about how you can't trust any of this. Don't trust me. Don't trust any of this. I'm the least trustworthy person, but all of my MAGAs are going to listen to everything I say because they're fucking retards who don't listen to anything I say.
I would say a lot of people know I was very active this Labor Day. I had heard that, but I didn't hear it to that extent. Go ahead, Peter.
We know that this country has a huge problem with school shootings. You've said,
oh boy, here we go. Let's see if he tells the truth about this one.
That you're open to sending the National Guard pretty much anywhere. Would you ever consider sending an armed National Guardsman to every school?
Would you ever consider sending an armed guardsman to every school?
Well, we have a big problem with school shooting.
We have a big problem with the bang bangs.
But we also have thousands and thousands of schools that run perfectly. They talk about you can do things construction-wise, and that's really I think nobody knows more about construction.
Here he goes again. He's gonna say something that doesn't make sense.
That's really nobody knows more about construction than me.
That's really it. Construction wise, it's nobody knows more about construction than me. One more time. Watch how he goes into fucking construction, and then he's got to state that nobody knows more about it than him.
Free school.
Well, we have a big problem with school shooting, but we also have thousands and thousands of schools that run perfectly. They talk about you can do things construction-wise.
We have thousands of schools that run perfectly. We can talk about doing stuff construction-wise. We have thousands of schools that run perfectly. You could talk about doing something construction-wise.
And that's really I think nobody knows more about construction than me.
And that's really that's what I nobody knows more about construction than me. Nobody does construction better than I do. I'm the best construction that there ever was.
Build the construction doors. You can build what they call safety doors, where they lock on the outside, the inside, and every place else.
So what we're going to do is we're going to construct safety doors at these schools. They're going to lock on the outside. You're going to lock the children down in a prison? Is that what you're saying? Mr. Trump, construction-wise, did you just start to say you're going to lock down the kids?
Well, but if one of these lunatics happens to get through...
But if one of these lunatics gets through the construction doors, then what?
Then the police can't get in.
Then the police can't get in.
Then they're looking for keys all over the place.
And then the police would be looking for keys. Yeah, so I guess your construction fucking prison doors isn't a good idea then, huh?
It takes a lot of disadvantages to doing, spending billions and billions of dollars and actually making it safer in some way for some of these lunatics that we're dealing with. But
again, does anyone actually fucking listen to the drivel coming out of this CGI AI man's face? Like, is that even a real dude saying that shit? But, you know, if the hardcore MAGAs were here, they would claim I have Trump derangement syndrome and I done voted for Kamala, right? Everything that Trump's saying makes perfect sense and sounds like a fucking wonderful plan. Like, who can actually say that out loud? Like, no, I disagree with you. Everything Trump's saying is perfectly reasonable, Jake, and I'm so glad I voted for him. Yay, MAGA! All right, I got a super chat coming in from Petshimies. Petshimies says, could you do Trump rapping a stupid little song with I kid you not, they spoke to me a lot. They took SpaceX and put it in the spot. That's a weird, an odd request, but maybe I can do a little something. All right, yo. Here we go. All right, Trump's gonna do a little rap for you. Diddly, diddly, diddly do. I kid you not. They spoke to me a lot. They took SpaceX and they put it on the spot. That's what I do. Everybody knew Trump come around with the whole space crew. Yeah. Word to your mother. Quite frankly, nobody raps as good as me. As you know, I am one of the best rappers that you've ever seen. I'm the one who started gangster rap. I am the first OG gangster. I was good friends with Tupac. Very sad day when he died. The day he and Biggie Smalls were taken from the world. It was a great tragedy. And that's why we need to put an end to gun violence once and for all. You know, everybody has their right to own a firearm until lunatics abuse that right and ruin it for everybody. And that's what's happening. These lunatics, they're going to take away your right to own a firearm. And that's just too bad for you. So we got to do what we got to do to keep everyone safe. So construction-wise, nobody knows construction better than me. We're thinking of constructing these doors to lock down the children so that nobody can get in or out. But then, of course, if one of these lunatics gets in, then, of course, you're looking for keys. And then, of course, we're protecting the lunatics. So we can't have that. All right. There you go. So there you go. I think I've heard enough of Trump's drivel today. We can move on to another subject. So Trump's health being brought up. Talk of VAXX stuff is back in the news. The convid is being brought up. Oh, that's what I'll show. I'll show that clip. So there's some talk about VAXX regulations changing for this fall. So if something goes down this fall, they might say that only a certain amount of people are allowed to take the jab, and they might create a false outrage that the jab is not available for this new outbreak. Let me find the news report. Shit, 1 second. I thought I had this video clip. I don't. Let me find it. Oh, okay. So there's talk now of certain states changing their VAXX regulations.
Some major changes to who can get the COVID-19 vaccine here. And some of the biggest pharmacy chains, they're now requiring a prescription for it.
Yeah, a lot of questions about this. 11 Alive's Gilat Malamed breaks down where people can get that vaccine.
Not everyone who received the COVID-19 vaccine last year is eligible to get it this year due to a change in federal guidance. Emory University's Dr. Jody Guest says when it comes to who can get the vaccine.
Unfortunately, this year is complicated.
Last week,
It's very unfortunate, but certain people are no longer eligible to get the jab. Isn't that unfortunate?
FDA authorized COVID-19 vaccines for people older than 65. Those younger than 65 are eligible if they have certain underlying conditions. Walgreens and CVS are requiring Georgians who meet those requirements to have a prescription to get a vaccine. I checked the websites of other big pharmacies like Kroger and Publix. Both are not allowing online appointments right now, but it's unclear if that's due to new rules or not having supply yet. Both chains did not immediately respond when we asked if they're requiring a prescription.
I think the bigger concern is that we already have very low rates of COVID vaccine coverage in the state, and these new policy guidelines will make it harder for those who do want to get access to a vaccine.
Yes.
All right, y'all. So if they roll out pandemic number 2, let's say they roll it out this fall, what they can do is say, oh, some people are no longer eligible to get the jab. So then they can create a fake outrage where people demand that they are made eligible. So instead of saying, hey, we'll give you a free donut if you take the jab, hey, we'll give you a $5 gift certificate if you come take the jab, line up for free. Instead of taking that route, they might say, oh, you can't have the jab unless you like have health issues, certain implications. Only certain amount of people can have it. So then people like start begging for it. No, but I really want it. So they might roll out the next pandemic and then get people to fucking beg for the jab by telling them that they're not allowed to have it. And then they'll be like, okay, since there's so much outrage from people claiming that they can't have the jab, we're going to go ahead and give it to you.
Anticipates fewer doctors' offices will carry the vaccine this year because of the new rules.
Needless to say, everyone is a little confused.
I asked Noonan Family Medicine Associates Medical Director Dr. Cecil Bennett if he anticipates carrying enough supply this year for his patients.
Well, I'm in a wait and see mode, both on my shipments and just how thrilled our patients are actually getting, vaccinated against COVID.
He recommends people with questions speak to their doctors. Gilat Malamed, 11 Alive News.
There you go.
As new COVID cases are rising across the country, hospitals are starting to feel the impact. But new guidance over who can get the COVID vaccine is causing confusion.
It should not be this hard. I should not have to go this much time and effort simply to get a vaccine to keep me from getting ill.
Last week, the FDA narrowed approvals for the COVID vaccine to adults 65 and over, or younger people who have an underlying health condition. A big change under the leadership of Robert F. Kennedy Jr., the Health and Human Services Secretary under the Trump administration.
The FDA's decision does not affect the availability of COVID vaccines for Americans who want them.
CVS says its locations will require a COVID vaccine prescription in 13 states plus D.C. They won't administer any COVID vaccines for now in 3 states, but will offer them in the rest of the country for those who qualify. Meanwhile, Walgreens, not offering specific details, says it's, quote, prepared to offer the vaccine in states where we are able to do so. The COVID vaccine shakeup amid turmoil at the CDC. The agency's director abruptly fired last Thursday by Kennedy, a vocal vaccine skeptic, with 4 senior officials resigning in protest, citing ideological interference.
That's the end of what I can do as a physician who said that first I would do no harm.
The American Academy of Pediatrics calling the new vaccine limitations, quote, deeply troubling, insisting broader vaccination is needed for kids even without a secondary condition.
It's deeply troubling that this stuff isn't going to be made for everybody to inject. Very deeply troubling, right?
53% of those children hospitalized last season had no underlying conditions.
The mixed messaging untimely as the school year and the battle over these vaccines is just beginning.
See, guys, so stories like this on the rise, talk of Trump's health, seems like the table's being set for something big. I just feeling inside like this fall, something big is going to go down. So possibly they might roll out the next pandemic. And if they really wanted to kick it off and get people in a frenzy, they could have Trump die of the boogeyman disease. And then in all the MAGA's heads, it's going to be real as fuck. So even the hardcore right-wingers who might have thought that last time was a plandemic, well, if their orange jab daddy dies, well, then it's real as fuck, right? So if they were going to kick off plandemic number 2, having Trump die, that'd be the way to do it. I wonder how many MAGAs would run out and get the jib jab then if J.D. Vance was like, don't be a fool. Go out there and get jabbed up. You don't want to die like Trump. This is a comedy show. I'm just making up comedic, just making up some comedy. That's all we're doing. Yeah. I don't know for sure what's going to happen. Nobody knows what lies in the future. So for entertainment purposes only, I comedically come up with some scenarios that might happen. All right? So not trying to be doom and gloomy. It's all just for fun. And if I happen to get it right, well, it'll just be an eerie coincidence. And so then if you look at troops being deployed, see if they have something go down with Trump, and then they already have troops in place and shit, or have some major event go down. Oh, the troops are already deployed conveniently, right? So having troops deployed in these cities means that in any major city, they can have a military presence and then tie it back to Trump fighting crime. So the story that Trump's given, or the script that they're telling us, is that these troops are being deployed to fight crime. But there's no instances that anyone has on camera of the troops fighting crime. Like, have we seen any military guys shooting gang members and winning the battle on the streets? Show me the gang members in the military duking it out. I want to see the military going down the streets, shaking down all the drug addicts and gangbangers. We don't have any footage of that. There's not a single piece of footage of military men on the streets fighting any crime. Not a speck of evidence have I seen of that happening. But there's a lot of talk from Trump and his team that the military on the streets in DC has virtually eliminated all the crime. So they can say we have troops on the streets and crime has been virtually eliminated. Like it's a cause and effect scenario, like there was this problem and they fixed it. And the way they fixed it was troops on the streets. Meanwhile, the footage I can find is the troops are just like walking around, hanging around, doing nothing. I did see a video where some troops were doing some landscaping work. You might be able to find that video. But I haven't seen a single video where troops are fighting bad guys, you know, cholos and gang members and fucking hoodlums and shit. I haven't seen any of that. But if you tell a MAGA that there's nobody out there fighting crime, they'll just assume you done voted for Kamala and that you don't want the city cleaned up and that you want it to be full of crime. So you can tell a MAGA Trump taint licker that there ain't no soldiers out there fighting crime, and they'll just say that you're just a libtard who voted for Kamala and that you must want your city to be full of crime. So if they were going to do some sort of martial law situation, whatever, like to have troops already deployed in certain cities would make sense. But I still even doubt how many troops are even being deployed, because you can just have a couple clips of some dudes in military fatigues, but not have any troops doing anything anywhere. So I've already stated that, okay, you can just have some B-roll footage of some dudes in fatigues and then be like, there's troops out on the streets fighting crime. That's all you got to say. Show some B-roll on TV of some guys in fatigues doing nothing and then claim that they're fighting crime. That's good enough for most people. It's good enough for people to believe that there's troops walking around on the streets with their guns. All right, so now let's get to The Rock. So check this out, guys. Do you guys know that The Rock is skinny now? Do you guys see this shit? The Rock has lost like 100 pounds. And he changed. Look at this. What the fuck? Yeah, that's The Rock's been replaced, you guys. The Rock got replaced a long time ago. If you go look up current Rock, it's a dude who looks as skinny as me. Last year at WrestleMania, the dude looked like he was 275 pounds. So here's the deal. The original Rocky Maivia does not look like this and does not look anything like the person they've been calling The Rock for the last like 10 years. Watch, I'll show you. If we go Rock from 1999. Watch, let me bring up Rock before he went to Hollywood. Pre-Hollywood Rock in the WWE, and I'll show you what his body looked like. So this is Rock before he went to Hollywood. 1999. This is what his body looked like. He was in good shape. He was buff, but he wasn't mega super buff, right? So if you look at his arms and his chest, it's like he was working out, but he wasn't fucking a roided freak, right? So before Rocky ever did any Hollywood movies, he was a mildly buff wrestler. There were other wrestlers who were roided freaks like Dave Bautista and Bill Goldberg. So plenty of roided freaks who had these like freak looking muscles that had like bulging arteries and shit and bulging veins and stuff. And so Rocky never had a super roided, bulging vein looking body until after he went and got famous in Hollywood. When he left wrestling and he went to Hollywood, he never looked or acted the same ever again. So at some point, a long time ago, they switched him out. Like ever since he went to Hollywood, he has not been the same dude. So check it out. 1999 Rocky. He was a very charismatic, funny, entertaining wrestler. He was the top bad guy in the company, and him and Stone Cold were the two most popular wrestlers in the entire world. And he was buff, but he wasn't a roided freak. See? Clearly the man worked out and kept himself in good shape, but he wasn't a fucking roided freak. And then if you fast forward to The Rock 2010, let's say, or Rock 2010, now his face looks different. And he's got this gigantic fucking roided physique now. See? He just looked like a different dude in 2010. Then if we go to 2024, 14 years later, and we have this 275-pound fucking mongoloid Rock, right? So if you watch WrestleMania from 2024, The Rock was like 275 pounds and just slow, just huge, right? Like a roided freak. And now we go to this. Yeah, you guys, that ain't the same fucking dude no more. Oh, dude, no, Jake. He just got older and he did steroids and then he stopped doing steroids, Jake. No. That is not the same dude who was back in 1999, the charismatic Rock, before he went to Hollywood. That's a whole different fucking guy than this. Whatever the fuck this is, ain't Rocky Maivia. I ain't stupid. Hey, you world stage script writers, I am not fucking stupid. I know for a fact that ever since that dude went to Hollywood, he ain't been the same dude. They've probably had 5-10 Rockies by now. They might have 5-10 different Rockies. They might have a buff Rock, a skinny Rock, and an in-between Rock, and they can roll out any of them motherfuckers at any moment. And everybody's so goddamn stupid and brain dead, they'll think it's the same dude from back in 1999. All right, let's watch a video about this, because there's videos about the Rock's change. So if we just type in Rock skinny, look at this, y'all. Okay, so he went from 275 to fucking 150 pounds, looking like a fucking Indian dude. This looks like some fucking Indian dude with a shitty Rock mask. Can I do a Bane impression? I don't know who Bane is, bro. Is that some movie character or something? I'm like some old fogey ass boomer when it comes to like certain people. I don't know who Bane is, bro. Give me something else that you know I can do, that you've heard me do before. If you've never heard me do a Bane impression, then that means I probably don't know who the fuck it is. So check it out, y'all. Do you guys think that that's the same guy as 1999 Rock? Do you think that that's just age? Because he didn't used to be a steroided fucking freak. So in his heyday, he didn't look like a steroided freak. He just looked like a dude who like kept himself in good shape. So again, let's take a look at 1999 Rocky and ask yourself, 26 years, you're going to go from looking somewhat buff, not the buffest guy, but just kind of buff, to being like a fucking roided freak, to then being like as skinny as me. I don't know. And his face don't look the same no more. Old Rocky's face had a certain look to it. And he just don't look the same no more. New Rock. Then we go to New Rock, and I know people will say, "Oh, he got old." No, it ain't the same fucking dude. Finally, The Rock has come back to YouTube. If you smell what The Rock is cooking. Now, let me tell you what, The Rock is about to take this microphone, turn that sumbitch sideways, and stick it straight up your candy ass. Right? So he used to have this charisma, this way about him. And then the last few times The Rock showed up in the WWE, he can't quite cut a promo like he used to. He don't quite sound like himself no more. It sounds like some other guy. So now he's looking like some other motherfucking guy, to the point where like that don't resemble Rocky Maivia to me at all. Right? Now, this is where shit's going to get crazy. I've brought up that there's a possibility that The Rock could run for president and that The Rock could win.
You were approached by a party to maybe run for president. How does that feel, by the way, when that happens?
It's crazy and it's wild. This run for president talk has kind of been in the ether for the past couple of years, and it never stops being surreal. It was incredible. It came from DC. We sat down. The poll was something like almost 50% of Americans would support me running for president. It was just crazy.
Would this be something that you would ever consider?
I think down the road, for sure.
Hello?
You were approached by a party to maybe run for president. How does that feel, by the way, when that happens?
It's crazy and it's wild.
You were approached by a party to run for president.
This run for president talk has kind of been in the ether for the past couple of years.
Run for president talk has been in the ether.
And it never stops being surreal.
It never stops being surreal.
It was incredible. It came from DC.
It came from DC. We sat down. He sat down with DC.
We sat down. The poll was something like
the poll was something almost like 50% of Americans, exactly half.
Almost 50% of Americans would support me running.
50% of Americans would support him. Would you guys imagine that some Mexicans and blacks would rally behind this guy? If they were to say that The Rock is going to run for president as the next president in the Democratic Party, do you guys think some Mexicans and some blacks would be like, oh, cool, I like that. Hell yeah, I'm going to vote for him, right? Don't you think that he's a big enough character on the world stage that they could drum up some interest behind The Rock being fucking president? Is that really something that is out of the question, or is it a possibility? I think it's a possibility. That's why they're talking about it. And so guess what? Now we're seeing Skinny Rock. It's almost like they can't bring out a dude who's 275 pounds and a roided freak and have him be president. So if they can get us conditioned to Skinny Rock, who's off the roids, not looking like a fucking freak on stage, if they can give us Skinny Rock, maybe they're setting him up to be president. Maybe him getting rid of the big body and then wheeling out this new rock is, they're going to wheel out the President Rock next, huh? I think the next president will be liberal. I was eyeballing two different people so far. Bernie Sanders, old ass, I think could be the next president, or The Rock, Dwayne motherfucking Johnson. Crazy world, right? So who are two guys who the Lib Party would get behind? Bernie. They would get behind Bernie, but he's an old motherfucker. The Rock, with the right promotional campaign, he absolutely could be the fucking president. Am I saying I think for sure that's going to happen? I'm not sure about it yet, but if the closer we get to the election, if they start bringing him up as a candidate and then he fucking says, yeah, I'm going to run. Okay, well then it might be a for sure thing that he's going to fuck. If he runs, then he's probably for sure going to win. So I'm looking at Bernie or The Rock to be the next liberal president. Imagine if it was The Rock with Bernie as the vice president. Imagine if The Rock and Bernie teamed, or Bernie with The Rock as the vice president. Holy shit. Just throwing some options out there. I don't know what the script writers are going to do, but they took time to put them on here on national TV and have them talk about it. So why would they waste this opportunity that they had them fucking talk about being president?
For president, it was just crazy.
Would this be something that you would ever consider?
I think down the road, for sure.
I think down the road, for sure. Motherfucker said for sure. He was approached by a party and he thinks down the road for sure. Guys, what do you think down the road is in 3 years? So they're rolling out this new fucking Skinny Rock. He already said that for sure he's down to run for president. I still think people out there think that that's just ridiculous and that that'll never happen. Let me see if I can find this clip. Fuck. Can somebody find the clip? I can't find it right now, but I bet you somebody out there can find it. Can somebody find the clip where there's a video game, a WWE video game, and The Rock comes out in the video game and he's the president, and they say that The Rock is the president in the video game? I can't find. I was just looking online right now because I just remembered that there's a video game, and I saw this probably 2-3 years ago. There's a WWE video game where The Rock in a storyline comes out and the announcers say, oh, The Rock is the president of the United States, and the president. Oh, can you find that fucking clip for me? I know it's out there. So yeah, one of the wrestling games included The Rock as being president in the game, and that he shows up to like Raw or SmackDown or whatever, and the announcers are tripping out like, oh my God, the president of the United States is here. And they actually call him the president of the United States in the game. Oh, looks like someone found it. So just before I get to that clip, it looks like I got a very generous super chat come in from Doug Sims says, I think he has taken one too many blasts off the rock, brother. So there's no way you can go from 275 pounds down to that small, like just by smoking crack. You get what I mean? Like even that doesn't make fucking sense that The Rock is 275 headlining WrestleMania with Roman Reigns and beating up the fucking world champ. Like The Rock beat up the world champion at WrestleMania in 2024 and was notably bigger than he had ever been. And he was slow and plodding. So he wasn't an athletic version of himself. He was like this big, slow, hunky, lunky version. And so to go from that to that picture where he looks like 160, 170 pounds or something, no way, dude. No fucking way. Not the same person. And then when you look at Rock from 1999 and his body, they replaced that motherfucker a long time ago. So I think when he went to Hollywood, they were like, okay, you give us your body and your likeness, and then we're going to make fucking all these different Rocky fucking doppelganger and clones. And so the original Rock seems to be long gone. Where's he at? What's he doing? I don't know. Is he still alive? I don't know. But that skinny motherfucker ain't the same Rocky Maivia that we started with. Go back and watch Rocky Maivia cut promos and wrestle, and then look at that skinny thing that they're calling The Rock and try and tell me that that's just age and steroids. No way. And Doug Sims, that is a super, super generous super chat of you. I really appreciate that, brother. Very much so. Guys, Doug Sims hooking a brother up. All right. I got another super chat that came in from Steven. Said Sean Connery arguing with Wanda Sykes. I don't know why all these old white men in Hollywood think that they so good. I don't know why people ever like Sean Connery. I saw Sean Connery movies and I thought they sucked. I never saw one Sean Connery movie that I liked. Well, that's because you're an ungrateful little bitch. I don't know if I've ever done a Sean Connery accent. So off the top of my head, I'm like trying to think of how Sean Connery sounds. I haven't watched a fucking Sean Connery movie in a fucking long time. Hold on. Let me Oh wait, it's coming to me. Losers always complain about doing their best. Winners go home and fuck the prom queen. That's like the only thing I can remember him saying from the movie The Rock. Hold on. Let me see if I can watch a clip of Sean Connery and fucking... Fuck. Now I can't find any good clips on the spot. You're a know-nothing, good-for-nothing, talentless hack whore. And this is a shitty Sean Connery impression. But at least I do a really good Wanda Sykes. I do the best Wanda Sykes of any white man online. But my Sean Connery, it fucking sucks. I ain't gonna lie. Everybody knows I do the best Wanda Sykes impression in the world. I do a world-renowned Wanda Sykes impression that sounds spot on like Wanda Sykes. But if I have to do a Sean Connery impression and I haven't watched a Sean Connery movie or practiced in a while, then it's gonna fucking suck and not sound that much like Sean Connery. So there you go. You get a fucking half good, half shitty fucking impression. Hey, here's the thing. I'm always doing this on the spot and there's no script. So sometimes I'm going to swing and miss. And being I haven't worked on a Sean Connery impression ever, that's going to be a swing and a miss. But at least my Wanda Sykes was on point, right? Okay, so somebody sent me the clip of The Rock being president. Let me go back and get that. Shit, can somebody repost that link? I think Deadbeat had it. Hey, Deadbeat, can you repost that link of the Rock being president in the video game? Thank you. Got it. Okay. Sorry for the wait, guys. So check it out. The Rock becomes president, and it's included in a game. Why would the game have The Rock as president? Michael Cole, welcome everybody to Friday Night SmackDown. Tonight we will be hearing from the game himself, Triple H, to announce the main event for tonight. We also have jam-packed night here on SmackDown. And see, Triple H is the head of booking now. All right, so here it is right here. The Rock comes out in a suit. So the video game has included Rocky coming out in a suit. I don't know if this is the same video, but they refer to him as the president in the game. So I don't know if this is the same clip that I was looking for, but I swear I saw one in the game. I swear I saw a clip where they referred to him as the president in the fucking video game. So if there's a video game including him as a president years before it happens, it's almost like somebody knows the script. So imagine that, The Rock being the next president, huh? Rock versus Stu versus Jake is the special guest referee. Hey, throw in Raja Jackson and make it a triple threat. Doxological Thinker said, can you do Russell Brand running for president? So I, of course, am going to be taking my talents to the next level. And this is because we are indivisibly being put against one another in a sort of psychological warfare, in a parasocial, psychological... Fuck. Started to run out of big words already. Like, shit, I'm running out of big words. I am going to take my talent to the Oval Office because I believe I can help Americans fight back against these global supremacies with the underlying exposition exponentially working against man and humankind hand in hand. And if we collectively, congruently come together and make a commitment as a committee, we can establish an organization where we can elect a man such as myself to represent the people so that we can fight back against these global supremacies which are causing these underlying suspicions, surprisingly imminent, imposing their indecisive will amongst this great nation of independent invertices. That sounds like something you would say, right? Of course, with organizational, independent, structure-like activity, we can cast our votes simultaneously in this simulation of sorts in a timely manner which coexists within the underlying definitive timeline of this great nation at this inquisitive state of mind in this time. That is why I am going to be your next Democratic nominee. And this is, of course, if I can only get past The Rock and Bernie Sanders. All right. Oh, yeah, you know who else is also in the news? And I haven't done his impression in a while. We seriously need to take a look at the implications of the new vaccine regulations. There's a lot of misconceptions about me and my opinions about vaccines. Many people believe that I am anti-vax, and this couldn't be further from the truth. I am not, I repeat, not anti-vax. I am, of course, pro-freedom of choice. And you, of course, have the choice to choose whether or not that you believe that that is a right health implication made for you and your family. I, of course, have gotten my kids vaccinated. So therefore, anything you hear about me being anti-vax is purely just rumor. You know, RFK sounds to me like he's struggling to take a big shit. I'm really struggling right now to force a big shit out of my ass. And I'm so constipated right now that I'm very uncomfortable, causing me to speak in this very uncomfortable manner. That's what it sounds like when I hear RFK. Like a man who has a big shit that will not come out of his ass. Hey guys, 500 people watching. It's been a fun show so far, right? And I've dropped a lot of information. Hook a brother up with a thumbs up. We got laughing emojis, means I'm making people laugh. We're having a good time, right? On a Tuesday night, who else is entertaining you like your boy? So do the right thing. Hook a brother up with a thumbs up. I mean, there's no reason why all 500 of you shouldn't smash the thumbs up button right now. Unless you're a fucking hater here hate watching me. Then, of course, you'll hit the thumbs down button like a little bitch. But if you're not a hater, if you're an awesome Jake subscriber who enjoys what I'm doing, hook a brother up. Support the best content on YouTube. It's Truth or Tuesday. Do the right thing. Give me a thumbs up. You know I deserve it. I'm like the only one who gets you to laugh out loud. Who makes you laugh out loud more than me? Huh? You guys remember old Dave Chappelle? He kind of had a voice like this, and he would talk in one sentence, would kind of bleed in the other. And I don't know why they're always trying to get a black man to wear a dress. They're always trying to get a black man to wear a dress. Yeah, I wear a dress when I was in Robin Hood 2, Men in Tights. But once I became female, I'm trying to get. So old Dave Chappelle kind of had this like higher voice when he talked, and his sentences would kind of bleed into the next, and he wouldn't fully pronounce all of his words. And then new Dave Chappelle, he's like, you know, I don't get mad at a picture because it's not today. He had like the scratchy voice, and it didn't sound like old Dave at all. So with Dave Chappelle, it always was very obvious to me that it wasn't the same guy, to the point where I'm like, how come there isn't outrage that it's not the same Dave anymore? And new Dave is not funny. How come there is not a gigantic outrage of millions of people saying, hey, what the fuck happened to old Dave? But the people who notice, you know, we're far and few. Why is it every time they try to get a black man wear a dress, man? I don't want to what. Just come up with something funny for me to say. And then new Dave, he hit the scene like this. And he was like, I don't get mad at a photograph because it's not today. You remember Macaulay Culkin? That motherfucker was home alone. Now I sound like this. It's weird. So that's what started my journey down the celebrity replacement rabbit hole, because the Paul McCartney thing was like before I was born. So that one didn't affect me as much because I wasn't like a giant Beatles guy, and I wasn't around when Paul McCartney died and shit. Whereas like the Dave Chappelle one was like a slap in the face. Like, dude, they can just replace like one of the top funny dudes in the world at the time, like with the most popular fucking comedy show. They can just like replace him with this other fucking dude after a couple of years of disappearance, and everyone's just going to be cool with that and go along with it. Then once I saw they replaced Eminem, then it became more apparent. Then I started to notice a lot of other celebrity replacements, but Chappelle being replaced was like the eye opener for me as far as that's concerned. Oh yeah, Britney Spears has been replaced. The Britney Spears they have dancing on TikTok, looking all fucking zombie-like and robotic. Yeah, that is not the same girl. In fact, if you go back and look at old pictures of Britney throughout the years, looks like they might have had 5-10 different Britneys. Kind of crazy when you go back and look at the pictures of these celebs. You get 10 different pictures that look like 10 different people. Then you're like, how many Britneys were there? How many Rockies were there? How many M&Ms were there? Are there? How many Dave Chappelle's were there? Are there? Why would Britney Spears at her age need to go on TikTok and dance? And here's the thing, there's certain shills who are not allowed to touch that subject at all, and they have to act like no celebrities have been replaced. So if you want to find out whether a shill is a government agent or not, hit them up with the celebrity replacement shit and see if they'll fucking admit to it. If they won't, if they're not allowed to go there, or if they claim, oh no, that's crazy, they just they threatened Dave. So if they tell you some story that it's the same Dave Chappelle, but Hollywood just changed him and he's aged, and they visited him and threatened him, that's all bullshit to cover up the truth that he was replaced. So shills like Jaron, he was never allowed to say that sports are rigged, never allowed to say celebrities have been replaced, never allowed to break down any bang bang, pow pow psychological operations. He was only allowed to say Earth was flat. He wasn't allowed to talk about any conspiracies. So he was only allowed to say NASA's fake and Earth is flat. And then what did he do? He flip-flopped on both those. He flip-flopped on the moon landing and the flat Earth. So when you look at a classic shill, a proven shill like Jaron, he was like, you guys, Jake thinks the NFL's scripted. Well, then how come last year's Super Bowl was a blowout? That proves that he's wrong. Otherwise, they would have scripted a close game. I'm Jaron. I think sports are real. And Jake's just wrong and lying. Right? So a dude who took the position that the Earth was flat for 10 years was not allowed to talk about any other fucking thing. And then he flip-flopped on that one thing that he was allowed to talk about. Wow. How about that? Easy to Chill says, I found a video of them talking about The Rock being president 3 years ago. What's it called? What's the name of the video? We'll check it out right now. Have I seen the latest Alex Jones video, him having a mental breakdown about his worker leaving him? No, I haven't. The last thing I saw of him, what he was talking about Trump. So let me see if I can find this. I'm not seeing it right off the gate. Oh, okay. Now I found it. Looks like it's something that happened in the last few hours. Alex Jones won't stop crashing out.
Owen Schroyer is a baby sucking on a pacifier. He's an elitist, arrogant dirtbag.
Okay, so now he's gonna fucking have a feud with one of his own guys. Okay, this is some pro wrestling shit for sure. So now they're gonna have some inner turmoil at InfoWars.
Owen Schroyer is scum. You think I'm here to be shit on? Do I look like a fucking toilet to you? There's no more filter. It's gone. And anybody fucks with me is going to get the full truth.
So I guess he had a filter on him before, but now that he's mad at Owen, the filter's gone. Right? That's what he said.
To you, there's no more filter.
There's no more filter. What, starting now? So everything you did before was ran through a filter, but this is unfiltered Alex Jones. You guys, this is the real unfiltered Alex Jones, you guys. Now that he's mad at Owen Schroyer.
It's gone.
It's gone. That was weird. That was a weird thing that he just did.
Or filter. It's gone. And anybody fucks with me is going to get the full truth.
Yeah, that's a whole different Alex Jones than usual. And anybody who fucks with me is going to get the whole truth. It's gone. Owen Schroyer, he's a pussy. He's a bitch. I want to bitch slap that bitch ass pussy. That's right. I want to fucking bitch slap the tits out of that bitch pussy. This is the real Alex Jones. No more filter. I am filterless. This is now how Alex Jones is. Yeah, dude. See, he's changing the way I do my impression. Again. Folks, this is not classic Alex Jones. Old Alex Jones, who used to be ran through a filter, apparently. He did not act like this or sound like this, but now he sounds like this. And he fucking is mad at Owen. And he's not ready to fucking deal with this shit. And fuck you. Right? This is like this whole new Alex Jones. It doesn't make sense. Doesn't match the old Alex Jones at all. Yep. See, my impression of Alex Jones keeps changing because they keep changing the way Alex Jones acts. He didn't act like this last year. He didn't act like this 10 years ago. But now he's this whole new version that does this type of shit.
There's no more filter. It's gone. And anybody fucks with me is going to get the full truth. And nothing but it, so help me God.
And nothing but it, so help me God. That was weird, too.
You want to try to stab your mother in the back because you're a big boy leaving the nest. Well, guess what? You know what your mother is going to do? Piss on you.
You want to try and stab me in the back because your mother and you're leaving the nest. But you know what? Screw you. Piss on you. Leaving the nest. Stab me in the back. Fuck you. That's how he sounds now.
All right, so it looks like Alex Jones is going through it again. You know, it's been a rough past few months for him with all the Epstein stuff, and now
It's like Anakin Skywalker's become Darth Vader.
Can we sing a song?
Hey, when I go on the air, I'm letting you have it, Schroyer. You stabbed your brother in this operation in the back, and you're a fucking liar.
That don't sound like old Alex Jones at all, y'all.
Become Darth Vader.
Can we sing a song?
When I go on the air, I'm letting you have it, Schroyer.
Hey, when I go on the air, I'm letting you have it, Schroyer. Folks, shouldn't he sound more like, when I go on the air, I'm going to let this motherfucker have it. I'm going to give it to this son of a bitch like he is the face of deep state. He might be the freaking They sound like the right cadence to me. It's like Alex, like a castrated fucking Alex Jones trying to act tough.
And I done it. And I was taking the high road.
Just looking at his hands here.
Started watching. And it's like Anakin Skywalker's become Darth Vader.
Can we sing a song?
When I go on the air,
when I go on the air,
I'm letting you have it, Schroyer.
When I go on the air, I'm letting you have it, Schroyer. This is like some shitty new version of Alex Jones that keeps getting worse.
You stabbed your brother in this operation in the back, and you're a fucking liar.
Can we sing a song?
Fucking asshole.
Can we sing a song?
Shit. I don't ever get involved in infighting, but I've known somebody 10 years, and they've been my friend, but he's gotten really dark, didn't talk to the crew the last 2 years. And so it's just like a different person. I'm not here.
Speaking of it's just like a different person, yes, Alex Jones is a whole different fucking person.
to be the villain for somebody's lie. So wait till you hear his phone call to me yesterday. He literally talked to me like it was a crack whore. He was a pimp. He's like, yeah, well, if you're desperate, pay me more, I'll stay. But I'm going to promote my new show on InfoWars, huh?
He treated me like I was a crack whore. He was like, hey, I'm Owen Schroyer. I think you're a crack whore. You know what he did? He pissed me off. Fuck that motherfucker. Fuck him. Motherfucking titty sucking two-bone bitch. Ping pong pussy like a son of a bitch. He called me a crack whore. And then he called me and he was like, I think you're a crack whore. Diddly. Like, what the fuck is this? This does not even remotely resemble the way Alex Jones has ever acted before.
Let's take the high road.
Really nice. I might do a week. I was like, man, this is really hurting my feelings, dude. No, it's all right. You don't have to come in. I hung up, started fucking crying, and then he goes on fucking air and lies about me. Fuck you, you fucking piece of shit.
Okay, saying the F word that many times, like in a short amount of time, like it's like they went out of their way to like cram the F word in like as many times as they could to make him seem really pissed off. I guess that's to like distract you from the fact that this ain't the same fucking Alex Jones anymore. It's like an AI Alex Jones.
I won't fucking take people stabbing me in the back anymore. Fuck you.
Fuck you. Fuck this. I won't fucking motherfucking take the fucking fuck with a fuck with a figgity fuck. Fuck a duck. Screw a kangaroo. Finger bang an orangutan at your fucking local zoo. Motherfucker, titty sucker, two-bomb bitch with a ping pong fucking pussy with a son of a bitch. Fuck you once, fuck you twice, fuck all day long, naughty or nice. Fucking A, fucking B, fucking C, fucking D, fucking E, fucking F, fucking G, elemental fucking P. And next time, won't you sing with fucking me?
Get ready.
Yeah, and then he went on his own show and kept going off on him. I think the live stream Owen did is what really got to him because it got a lot of attention. A lot of people took Owen's side, and he talked about how Alex kept telling him
I'm going to take Owen's side, and I'm going to watch Owen from now on. Oh, yeah? Well, fuck you, you motherfucking traitor ass fricka fucker.
too negative and anti-Trump and anti-Israel. Also, he felt like Alex was trying to influence his show too much. So when Alex saw that and all the people supporting him, he just snapped because also he thinks Owen is doing this to drum up attention for himself and his new show.
And, you know, Alex had been coming into my show and talking about how I'm negative and calling me a pessimist and all the.
Yep. What's up? What's up? Oh, thanks, buddy. Thanks, man. Are you taking off?
Yeah, it's nice.
All right, I'll say bye to you before you go, okay? Take it easy. I'm back. One of the guys who has an office nearby, he's moving out, and so he gave me his his old weed pipe. He likes to buy a new weed pipe every time one of his weed pipes gets even a little bit of resin. I was like, dude, you have a new pipe every time I fucking see you. And he's like, oh, I don't like when they get resiny. And so he gave me his pipe just now. It's like he smokes out of it like 4 or 5 times and then he throws it away. So I was like, dude, I'll take it. Anyway, we get back to what I'm talking about.
This other stuff, which is fine. You work for Alex, you're going to get hit with it a lot. Alex is not easy to work for, and that's fine. You know, that's okay. But okay, he says I'm too negative. He says I'm a pessimist. Whatever. I'm too anti-Trump. So I just said, all right, you know what? I'll just take some time off. I'll just disappear. And if Alex thinks I'm too negative, then maybe he's right. And it's not to say that I didn't have creative.
He actually gave me a brand new pipe. I thought he was going to give me one of his old ones, and he gave me a brand new one that's never been used. It's totally clean. See? Not a speck in there. See, there's some cool people who rent offices here who, you know, I've sold a few nuggets to. So they hook a brother up with a glass piece. Nice guy. All right, Back to work.
Control over the InfoWars war room. But I mean, imagine it's like somebody staring over your back 24/7. And so every single day that I came back, it was either a guest that I was told I had on at the last minute, or it was, you know, him coming into the studio. He wants me to cover this. He wants me to cover that. Or I have to host his show for him because he's not in. So there was just.
And then I'm sure when Alex saw the tweet supporting Owen, it just made things even worse. Also, people are reporting that Owen left InfoWars because Alex was trying to censor him about Trump and Israel, which later he'd never seen anything with. Goes good.
Well, no later when they're scumbag Benedict Arnolds, pieces of shit, want to be elitist, arrogant scumbags. I'm not arrogant. I'm on a power trip. I'm in a total commitment against evil. I'm pouring out my guts, my soul, my family, everything I've got committed to this, and I will not have pieces of fucking shit lie about me and say I'm not true. I will fucking destroy you, scum.
Okay. This is getting out of hand. What in the fuck is this person even doing? Like, who's buying this? Who really thinks that that's Alex Jones crashing out? Anyone who believes that that's the same Alex Jones and he's totally crashing out, well, then you deserve to be fucktarded for the rest of your life. Seriously, anyone who that is duping deserves to be duped, in my opinion. Yeah. Anyone falling for that, they deserve to be a fucktard forever. Like, seriously, this makes all the other Alex Jones freakouts look sane by comparison. This is like the most ridiculous one. Like, it's almost like they're trying to get people to realize he's just a total fucking imposter actor. Fucking
all of you, fuck you. I've sworn on the altar of God, total resistance against every form of tyranny, against the mind of men.
Fuck you! No, my fucking fuck you! No! Right? It's like, okay, you went way over the top on that one, dude. Whoever's telling you that you need to fucking be more intense and more like the old Alex Jones, you're doing it all wrong. Yeah. So this is what Alex Jones is now doing. He's overdoing his own character to the point where now he's like a parody of his own fucking self. To where when I do a parody of the parody, even I'm just gonna give up at this point and be like, this is too fucking stupid. What's the point of doing an impression of this?
Dead. Lie about me and say I'm not true.
Like, that's a parody of how Alex Jones is, but it's like a over the top, over exaggerated parody that's like not even a good representative of who Alex Jones used to be. So what in the fuck am I even looking at anymore?
I will fucking destroy you, scum. All of you. Fuck you. I've sworn on the altar of God, total resistance against every form.
I will destroy you, all of you. Fuck you. Owen Schroyer, motherfuck you. Fuck everyone. I'm so angry. Ting, tang, walla walla bing bang. Fuck you, motherfucker bitch. Fuck in the titty in the shit bitch tit. Fuck this bitch cock son of a bitch. Fuck. Fucking destroy you. My neighbor's ass. Right? Oh, I'm about to fucking explode. My head is gonna fucking pop off of my body. There's gonna be blood and pus and fucking cum, and it's gonna go everywhere. I'm gonna be covered in my fuck bloody cum drop bits. Fucking goddamn it. I'm so I can't even know.
I'm a charity against the mind of men. And I told everyone 2 weeks ago, I'm leveling up. And it's scary. Because I'm a scary person. I can outthink and outmaneuver all these people. And I just keep trying to get the general society to wake up and win. But I guess it does lie to me. I guess I am the smartest. I am the best. I am the fastest.
Guys, look at the way his teeth and mouth move. That doesn't sound like old Alex Jones. That doesn't sound like Bill Hicks. Just watch the way he pronounces these words.
I guess I am the smartest. I
am the. How's he saying smartest while clenching his teeth together? That's really fucking weird. The way he's saying the word smartest while clenching his teeth.
But I guess it does lie to me. I guess I am the smartest. I am the best. I am the fastest.
I am the best. I am the smartest. I'm gonna talk through my teeth. I am the best.
I guess I am the smartest. I am the best.
When did he ever sound like that? This is all new shit that I've never heard him do. Well, we've seen him fucking do stupid shit where he cries and yells and screams and all that stuff. But this is like some new shit that he's doing that's I've never seen him do. Talk like this. I'm so angry that I'm going to talk through my teeth.
I am the fastest.
You're the fastest? I am the fastest. I'm the best. I'm the fastest. Nobody's faster than me. I'm the fastest man that you ever did see.
I guess I am the smartest. I am the best. I am the fastest. The problem is interlocking into this information.
Whoa, did you see the energy switch there? And then he fucking stuck his eyes up into his head. I'm talking like this. I'm talking like this. And then suddenly, no, I'm talking like this. Watch.
I am the fastest. The problem is,
dude, in like 5 seconds, I'm the fastest. The problem is, right? What an energy change that was.
Interlocking into this information is very frightening.
Seriously, this is the weirdest fucking Alex Jones I've ever seen.
So, it must be done.
Okay.
So I will do it. I'll never watch another movie.
I'll never watch another movie.
I guess I have to become celibate because I can't get my energy up to sex.
I guess I have to become celibate since I can't get my energy up to have sex. What?
That's the biggest strain on me because I'm a man.
And that's the biggest strain on him because he's a man.
There is no more pleasure. There is no more pain. There is no more art. There is no more culture. There is only war. And I commit myself to total war against Satan. And I ask God to lead God and direct me and commit me to his arms and to become a complete vessel of warfare against this operation.
Okay, dude, this is getting so fucking bizarre that like it's freaking me out now. Like, did they tell him to go out there and be the most ridiculous, retarded version of Alex Jones that there's ever been? Did they say, look, we want to let everyone know that you're not the same Alex Jones as before and you aren't Bill Hicks? So could you go out there and do something that just is so over exaggerated and ridiculous that everybody knows that you're just acting and that you're not the same guy? We'd like you to go ahead and just reveal the secret that you are definitely some other dude. So please go out there and let everyone know that you're a different guy by acting completely different than Alex Jones has ever acted before. And he's like, all right, I got this.
And I repent for all my sins, and I ask now before everyone that you lift me up to be an absolute battering ram against the enemy in God's will. In the name of Jesus Christ, the Son of God, amen. So everybody be on notice.
Yeah, so that was something else. And while Alex was losing his mind.
Wow.
promote his own career.
Owen Schroyer's dead to me. If he goes on air and repents to Jesus and apologizes for being demon possessed or whatever it is he is, then I will forgive him.
So Alex Jones and what he just did is not demon possessed. He's just a man who's upset. Owen Schroyer is possessed by demons. So if he apologizes for being possessed by demons and repents to Jesus, then Alex will accept his apology.
But he thinks that he would like absorb us as a launch pad and lie about us to make himself a victim so he could project himself and launch his own show.
Project himself.
Lie about us to make himself a victim so he could project himself and launch his own show. And then as all the articles come out and Jones censored Schroyer on Trump criticism and Israel, you are a snake. You are a rat. You are a fraud. You are a backstabber.
He's a snake and a rat and a bat and a cat. You're a friggin' snake and a rat. And you know what the snake does? It eats the rat. And then you know what happens after that? Then there's a cat in the hat. I do not like him, Sam I am. I do not like the cat in the hat.
You are a hand biter.
What?
You are a disgrace. You are a rat. You are a fraud. You are a backstabber. You are a hand biter. You are a disgrace. He'd walk by me and say something like, you know, just sort of laughing at me. Like, again, I'm not in junior high, so it didn't hurt me at that level. It hurt me that he was just like, yeah, I heard you. Yes.
He did. He just walked by you and he did that. You guys, Owen Schroyer would walk by this man and you know what he would do?
Hurt me that he was just like, yeah, I heard you. Yes.
So because he would go, that warrants him going on this ridiculous tirade. Because Owen Schroyer would walk by him and go, so of course that pissed him off so bad that he decides to go on this gigantic retarded tirade.
So, and then we're back the next day, and Owen just shows back up and does his show and walks in and just looks at me with hatred and like slinks in there just because he really wanted me to fire him so he could be a victim. And like slinks in there just and then he came in here and he was like, I'm Owen Schroyer, and this is how I talk and this is how I act. Because he really wanted me to fire him so he could be a victim. And I confided just in a few of the producers. I said, he wants to be a victim. I said, I'm going to have love and say prayers for him that he gets better. I'll be really nice to him, give him extra bonuses. Maybe he'll pull out of it. I tried to talk to him. He's never wanted to talk to me. And I said, but I said, he's going to stab me in the back. He's a new person. And I don't know if it's his personal life. I don't know if it's stuff he's smoking. But I've seen a lot of people get paranoid, they smoke pot and go nuts.
Alex Jones doesn't go nuts, but Owen Schroyer might have smoked some pot and got paranoid, causing him to go nuts. You've never seen Alex Jones do anything nutty, but that Owen Schroyer, he might be smoking the devil's lettuce, causing him to have paranoia, which is making him go crazy. Good point, Alex.
But I can just tell you this right now, that I'm not here to be shit on or stabbed in the back. This crew isn't your punching bag, and we did nothing to you but be loyal. And your little 5-hour extravaganza of little puppy dog that doesn't know why, and he just wanted to come back and shake my hand.
Wow. Thanks for telling me to watch this. I would have never known that this happened. And I've got a super chat from Izzy Too Chill, said it's called Perfect Time for Him to Run. Will Dwayne The Rock Johnson run for president? All right. Let me try and pull that up.
Let's talk about wild cards, okay? And wild cards are somebody we least expect, okay? There were talks of a Rock saying, hey, one day, you know, he wouldn't mind becoming the president. You hear Logan Paul and Jake Paul talk about they're going to be presidents. Logan Paul, to me, I think that guy's got a big upside. He's entertaining. He's smart. He's good looking. He's a good talker. He's a great marketer. He's a good storyteller, but he's young, right? But
Logan Paul's got a great upside, you guys. Listen to this motherfucker.
in a setting where a Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, my opinion, this is a perfect time for him to run if he wants to win. Now, politically, whether you agree with him or this is not about politics. I'm not asking policies. I'm asking timing-wise. The left doesn't have an exciting candidate, okay? The right is confused between two different candidates. If there's ever been a time for a guy like that to jump in there, whether you like his policies or not, it's irrelevant. Do you think this would be a good time for The Rock to make a move?
It's a tremendous advantage in American politics, particularly presidential candidates, to begin well known. Ronald Reagan had a career before politics. Donald Trump had a career before politics. So they were both able, in a way, to skip the first step of politics, which is to become well known. Candidates like The Rock begin well known. Now, I'm not sure which party he's in. I'm not really clear what his politics are. But it is not inconceivable that he could be a viable candidate because he has that elusive quality.
Look at the way this guy's making all these hand signs.
He's got celebrity quality. He's extremely well known. That's an excellent leg up. It's one of the principal reasons why Trump was able to be nominated.
So if we do matchups, you know how you see the boxing matchup, 74-inch reach versus 72.5. Height, weight, 178. Which, okay, let's do a matchup.
The tail of the tape.
Exactly, right? So you got The Rock versus Reagan. Reagan was a B level actor. He wasn't an A.
But he'd been governor, and he had a very successful
that's
term as governor.
Perfect.
All right, so these guys are pushing the idea. This was back in 2022. So more than a few videos out there talking about The Rock being president. And that was a bigger channel. You know what? There was a bunch of views on that video. So definitely planting this idea in people's heads that The Rock could theoretically be president. All right. Being in the WWE Hall of Fame is now a requirement to be president. Well, Trump did his run in the WWE, pretended to fight with Vince McMahon. He's a WWE Hall of Famer, a long-time relationship with Hulk Hogan. And then if you look right now, Logan Paul is in the WWE. So funny how Logan Paul was brought up in that video. And that was before he became a wrestler in the WWE. And the thing is, Logan Paul is a piece of shit, but the one thing he is good at, and I can't deny it, he's a good pro wrestler. I hate to say it, guys, but Logan Paul, he cuts good promos, gets the crowd to boo, and then in the ring, he's athletic, and he sells the moves good when he gets hit, and then when he does moves on other guys, it looks pretty fucking... God damn it, he's good at pro wrestling. Hate to say it. Anyone who knows anything about pro wrestling, you have to admit the dude's fucking good at pro wrestling. As much as that pains me to say it. He's going to be the world champion by next year. Won't be long. Mark my words, Logan Paul is going to be a world champion. He'll be a multiple-time world champion. He will headline WrestleMania one of these years. And you know what? He'll probably do a good job. Now, I know he's a total piece of shit, and his prime drink is poison, and he's an industry plant, but check it out. In a wrestling ring, he's fucking good. And on a mic, he's fucking good. He gets the crowd to boo. He says his words loud and doesn't stumble over his words, and he has this confidence that makes people pissed off. But it's like he's got everything that you need to be the best bad guy in the world. And if you can be the best bad guy in wrestling, they will push you to the tippity top. In fact, that's how The Rock got to the tippity top, was by being the best bad guy in wrestling. Stone Cold was the good guy, and The Rock was the bad guy. So they positioned those two to be the WrestleMania main event 3 different times. So they're going to position Logan Paul to be the top guy in that industry. And you know what? He is better than pretty much all the other guys on the roster. Sadly. He's got the athleticness of like Edge, but he's not showing like that since he's not as experienced as some of the other guys who've been doing it their whole life. Basically, it seems like he's been doing it his whole life, even though he's not a guy who grew up in wrestling, right? So the fact that he got as good as he did so fast, yeah, dude's going to be a future world champ. Dud Bull Lowlight says, Jake, they should pay you to be the new Alex Jones instead of that bum. Just the way I have to change my my impression of Alex Jones like drastically. Like this new Alex Jones is like a parody of his own self. So now I'm doing a parody impression of Alex Jones who seems to be doing a parody of himself. It's kind of fucking me up. Now I have to try and over-exaggerate an already overly over-exaggerated impression of Alex Jones. Yep, apparently I do. Yes, the world championship belt is not an actual achievement as far as like you're not winning any sports competition or any fights to become the world champ, but there is a significance to it. They don't let just anybody have that belt and carry it around. So the fact that that company is eventually going to put that belt on him and get behind him completely, that's because they know he's going to draw the boos. He's going to be the top bad guy in the world. And if they can get him to be the top bad guy in the world just long enough, then what happens is the fans start to cheer. And then you can turn him into the top good guy. If they can turn Logan Paul from the top bad guy into the top baby face in the company, holy shit, they can start printing money off that motherfucker. And that's what they're going to look to do, is position him so that they can print money on his back. Yes, they are plants. Jake Paul is planted in boxing, right? And they have him doing the scripted matches with Mike Tyson, for sure. The difference is Jake Paul doesn't really have any charismatic features, whereas Logan Paul, as a bad guy, is actually pretty damn good at what he does. If you get in the ring and you have a microphone and you can't speak loud and clear and get them to cheer or boo, and the crowd doesn't fucking care about you, that's a big deal. That means your career will never take off. You can't get to the tippity top of wrestling unless you can cut a promo and get the people to cheer or boo. And Logan Paul gets the people to boo. And he gets the whole crowd to boo. And everyone knows who he is. So then if you put him in a program with a good guy, a baby face, then they're going to cheer even harder for the baby face to beat up Logan Paul. That's how you get people's money in that business. You have to have a bad guy in order for them to care about the good guy kicking the bad guy's ass. And if you don't have a proper bad guy, it will take away from the good guy's accomplishment. So they're going to position Logan Paul to be the top bad guy in that business. And it won't be long before he has the belt. And if you put Jake Paul in the same spot, he would flop. If you had Jake Paul and you said, okay, do what your brother's doing, here's the microphone, he wouldn't be able to fucking pull off the same promos as Logan. So Logan is a far superior bad guy wrestler than Jake Paul could ever be. That's why they have Jake Paul doing those shitty scripted fucking boxing matches. All right. So I've been on here about 3 hours and I went over Trump's health, the COVID on the rise, troops being deployed, Space Force, all the shit that Trump's talking about, The Rock being replaced, The Rock possibly being the next president, Alex Jones being replaced and going crazy. So we went over a whole lot of shit in this stream, covered more stuff than I usually do. So I'm thinking now would be a good time to wrap this stream up and call it a night. Looks like there's a super chat that came in a few minutes ago that I missed. Let me get to that before I wrap up the stream. Don't want to miss any super chats. The Nate Watley says, Owen left for the same reason AJ fired David Knight. No, it's all scripted bullshit, dude. Owen leaving is part of the script. Them like having this inner turmoil at InfoWars is some scripted bullshit. That's why you saw Alex doing all that ridiculous stuff, turning into a parody of his own self. It's some scripted bullshit, bro. Don't buy into it. Don't think any of this drama is real for a second. No different than pro wrestling. Lemming in a shiny metal box says, Sir Jake, a delightful stream this evening. Thanks for bringing the good word. Well, thank you, Lemming in a shiny metal box. You have donated to the channel many times in the past, and I'm glad you enjoyed the stream. I got through quite a bit of information. Got to do a lot of different impressions tonight. And the only one that I swung and missed was the Sean Connery impression. So I'd like to think that all my impressions tonight were pretty damn good, except for the shitty Sean Connery impression. So, hey, there you go. I'm not batting 1,000, but pretty damn close, right? So I think I'm going to go out on a strong note. Say thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you all being here. It was a fun stream for me. Oh, Looks like I missed the super chat from Rocky a while ago that asked me to do an evil robot that touches children on Saturday Night Live. Or no, he's got a video of The Rock saying he's going to make a evil robot that touches children on Saturday Night Live. Rocky, if you're still here, post the link in chat. I missed the super chat from Rocky, and he's talking about a clip from Saturday Night Live. I don't recall what he's talking about. Maybe I missed that. Does anyone remember Rocky talking about making a robot that touches kids on Saturday Night Live? And sorry, Rocky, for missing your super chat, dude. I got carried away. Let's see if I can go back and pull it up. Oh my God. Come on, fucking. All right. One sec. All right, chances are this is going to be copyrighted. Usually if you show a Saturday Night Live clip, they'll fucking not just copyright claim it, but they might block my stream and shut it off. So I'm a little bit worried that that might happen. So I might have to like pause it every couple seconds.
Hi, guys. My name is Roy, and and for the most evil invention in the world contest, I invented a child molesting robot.
Whoa! You were right, dude. You were right. That's pretty not funny. And right in our face. Yeah, see, some sick bastards there at SNL. If you're going to put The Rock on screen and have him mention children and the M word, the touching the children word, yeah, that's just uncalled for, and it's not funny, and it doesn't have any place in comedy. In my opinion, making jokes about anything and everything is acceptable, except touching children inappropriately. I think that that's something we can do without. You know, most people, we don't need to hear jokes about that sort of thing because we know that it's going on behind the scenes, right? So, yeah, anytime the mainstream comedians want to joke about that sort of thing or like slip it in, like, hey, let's normalize it and joke about it. Yeah, I'm all about having no boundaries in comedy, except when it comes to talking about diddling kids. That's where I draw the line. It's just not funny to really fucking go there and make people think about it and turn it into a joke. Goatus disagrees, exactly. Well, Goatus is planning on marrying his own daughter. So if the police don't catch that motherfucker, he is going to marry his daughter. Lord knows what he's already done to that poor kid. There you go, Rocky. I got through the clip by pausing it. Hopefully I don't get copyright claimed for showing that little bit. All right. Thanks, bro. I appreciate the super chat. And thanks for showing us that clip of The Rock. Definitely some sick, twisted shit. He's done a number of rituals, humiliation rituals, and fucking. They have, obviously, it looks like they've got multiple different versions of The Rock, multiple doppelgangers. So it'll be interesting to see whether they make him president or not. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and shut it down. Thank you for watching Truther Tuesday and hanging out with your boy. I'll catch you guys in the next video or the next stream or whenever. I appreciate everybody who participated tonight. Extra big thanks to all of those who donated and sent super chats. I really, really appreciate it. You guys are helping support one of the last real channels here on YouTube, telling the truth to the best of my damn ability. Unscripted, uncontrolled comedy. Thank you for supporting the real truth. Thank you for supporting real comedy. Thank you for supporting a real dude. I really, really do appreciate it. So until next time, this is your favorite comedian and mine, the one and only world champion of comedy. And I will see all of y'all next time. Peace out. Much love. Good night.